young players, starting with Weeha, maybe even you talk about Envy there. He's brought along some of these younger players inland so well, and that's part of it. Handling how you bounce back from the loss.
Yep, true. 6,062 points is the margin right now of mathematically being able to go through. There is only one team here that can reach that at this event if they win it. That is Secret. But Liquid have 3,510, which means if they get 2,250, 5,700 is pretty good. And I don't think that's going to stop them getting the TI.
Realistically, the threshold is probably around 3. Yes. So realistically, these two teams probably in already.
Yep. All right, let's get into our first draft.
What do you guys think is the... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Real quickly, Bog, did you think going into this that Secret looked better than Liquid into this tournament?
5 seconds remaining.
It's hard, isn't it? Because Genting had the stand-in.
Yeah.
That's the issue, so you can't really measure them from that.
Let's say going into Genting.
Going into Genting, yes.
Yeah.
I did think so.
Okay, but now, do you think Liquid looks better than Secret? Because I do.
Yeah.
I do think so.
For what they've shown, surely, right?
I think they just look so strong. They look so confident.
Even though they've had that one loss, drop down.
It's always the question when you're evaluating these teams, like, what's your horizon, right? Because I think we have a tendency to maybe overweight these recent series when, especially when the fields have become so close at these events. I tend to take a longer view, but I agree with you guys. I've liked Liquid's recent form just a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. So who do you think is actually, for me, the most important thing for Secret is making sure Fada can have a... That's what I've been seeing, at least for them. When he starts to struggle, I feel like that whole team doesn't have anything to back up on. Sure, Puppy and Yapsor, they make moves around the map, but when I see Fada, like when he was playing that Tidehunter, when he doesn't have a big impact on the game, they struggle super hard. And I think Liquid, they're going to be able to recognize that too.
I think that point is particularly well taken, particularly in light of what we saw last night, where the big game for Secret was that 5th pick of Baden, where he had such a synergy and such an impact together with that Ursa. So yeah, I think that's a reasonable point.
And be able to get Ace the edge when it comes to the draft as well, and whatever hero he has. It needs to be a stronger, because of the fact that Liquid is so good frequently at being able to shore up their lanes quite a bit. Like, if they get those kind of, like, very self-sustained solo-type heroes and allow their 2 supports to be able to roam around, you want to make sure that Ace is such an impactful hero that it in turn creates problems for Liquid. You need to make sure that Liquid aren't just happy with the 1v1 against Ace. So I would say that's the other point. Those are like the 2 cores that you have to think about.
I was wondering if this hero is going to actually get banned out, because I know both of them favor it really highly, and it's the Elder Titan.
Yeah.
Because we've now been seeing the rise of it even more so. People are talking about, there's some counters to it, in particular Lifestealer, which hurts him a lot, but overall, in the grand scheme of the game, that hero just has such an absurd impact.
But now, so for so many of the drafts, right, it's insta-click Razor, and Liquid has gone with that in the first phase, first overall several times. By the way, Flogged, I'm very sorry.
Okay.
I actually think you're so it's the Razor. I think Flog is right, because looking over the hero selection, you look at Fata, 13 games on Tide, 9-4, over 5 games on no other hero. They're really looking for a steady alternative for him to the Tide.
What I was going to bring out was, do you think this is one of those games, Fog, where, because they know each other so well, Kuro and Puppy, there is that element of, mind games, but then double mind games, where they actually mind game themselves by talking themselves out. Oh, he thinks we'll pick the Razor, so let's not pick the Razor, which is actually what Puppy wanted them.
There's going to be
an element of that in there.
I mean, there's going to be ridiculous mind games, right? We look and look, Naga's in the pool.
Naga Disruptor is both in the pool.
They just take the Razor, so you know that because they might be thinking, oh, if we pick the Razor, they might also just do what we do, pick Terrorblade. So yeah, we're definitely going to see massive amounts of mind games. Just from the start, too. These bans, we see Rubik Sanking Bane first 3 banned by Liquid. They're like, all right, let's leave the board open. Let's change the way this goes.
What?
And there you go. Mind games.
Task Undying. Okay, all right, well, not completely outside of what Secret
they picked
played.
Undying.
I mean, Tusk is fine.
Undying is inside of Puppy's most played top 10, but it's on the very edge of it.
And they played it here, right? I think I saw them play earlier in this tournament. Am I wrong?
In this
Honestly,
tournament?
don't know. And
I don't think I saw
Tusk.
maybe I just saw an Undying and it wasn't them.
So I mean, he's 1-1 on the heroes, Puppy, since January 1st. I think it's the first Undying pick that we've seen.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
they picked it. They picked it. Liquid picked it in the last game at Dream League.
Yeah, and I don't think it's been picked here at all.
Right.
No, it hasn't. It is a first pick right now. And
if you dispose of the other Titan, I think Undying is probably the support that wins you, like, is the stabilized laner that is the strongest when it comes to like that harass focus.
It's one of the known heroes that is the dominator of Undying.
This is like 10D chess, man.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go
Razor PL
into 4-5 with Terrorblade ban.
Liquid, they're going to take that.
I think they're going to lose their mind. This is 200 IQ drafting.
10 seconds
This is.
remaining.
We knew this was going to happen, right?
Yep, we did.
We
They
did.
banned Gyro as well.
5 seconds remaining.
For who? Liquid?
On Liquid.
I think they.
Because if you look at
Yes.
Secret's lineup, right, where they have Undying Tusk,
Do you know,
you have a
I
Gyro
don't
on top of
envy
that.
either of I really don't. Drafts. This-
What are you talking about? This is amazing.
No, but it must be really tough for you to kind of pick what's going to happen because I don't even think they know what's going to happen.
Picking heroes is impressive, but it's kind of a parlor trick. Like this, to me, this is an opportunity to sort of get inside the minds of 2 of the best captains in the world and understand why they're doing what their teams are trying to be.
Good luck with
Like
that.
that's amazing to me.
Good luck
DK
with
as
that.
well.
I don't think that they banned the. I think the Gyro they're okay with
Okay.
the Phantom Lancer. PL, it's that
10 seconds
it's that matchup that
remaining.
you get ahead on PL Gyro.
Yeah, for me,
Seconds
it's the fact that you have really good enablers with this Undying. But I think maybe DK problem.
You like Viper for Secret?
I wouldn't really think that they would pick it. I think Undying and Viper, it's such an immobile draft versus Phantom Lance.
Okay.
Sure, laning phase you might be able to dominate, but mid game, like those heroes don't move. Those
Yeah,
heroes
you
are all
want to
about
speak of
moving.
parlor tricks. I think that like the whole Nether Toxin. I don't think it's like it's not a hard counter.
It's not a
It's
hard
like a
counter,
small
but
trick counter.
All right, fair enough.
You could play
Fair
around
enough.
it as a
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Razor also limits Ace, and I'm not sure how you feel about Brute Up situation.
The 2 other heroes that have been Ace's go-tos behind the ones that you mentioned, Luna and the Life.
Don't want to play Life
Yeah.
Stealer by any means.
Luna, I
versus
think,
this
is
draft.
right. Luna's good, and another one that they've sort of been pulling out at the tail end of drafts. They've been picking Pearl Warlord. Quite like.
I think they had that
10
matchup
seconds
against
remaining.
Stealer, and then that Luna game they left a Terrorblade out in the game. But here,
5 seconds
Liquid are
remaining.
unlikely to pick it as their third. So that is possible. You do have problems with Razor. Like that's actually a traditional, just like latch onto it.
See what the GH hero.
Yeah, they opened up with 2 chorus, like we start to see that too often. And
Storm
Okay.
Spirit.
This is a hero they obviously believe in for
Yeah.
mid one. We're seeing it first phase.
first phase they did it, now they did
Yeah.
it. on-
Look at it. It's the kind of the corollary to the concern that you guys were expressing about mobility.
Yeah.
10 seconds
Secret,
remaining.
they know they want to be able to split the map.
Oh, they
5
banned
seconds
Urshik.
remaining.
Yeah, they banned the ES.
Yes.
Secret
I
banned
was like that could have been that could have been a secret hero. I guess they can't run it.
I don't know. Are we gonna see Whisper Spirit here for GH?
Our Spirit looks solid. Doesn't match up in the so good versus Undying or Tusk. Storm.
Oh, Rubik's still in the pool as well.
Still there as well.
I don't like this.
I think Earth Spirit's playable. Wisp is risky. I just like the Rubik because I like the Rubik here because either Kuro or G.
Like Rubik.
Yeah. Disruptor, I think you run into I think you run into a little bit of potential trouble with the lane.
Gonna go
Because
Naga.
Undying could just run at you.
I think it's more about the grind. Not just lanes. They've already got Razor, so the one lane's ours. And versus Undying and Tusk,
10
these are the two
seconds
supports.
remaining.
So double melees. Here. Storm, they've got a lot of close range heroes.
5
Disruptor
seconds
can
remaining.
If they go the Naga Disruptor, like huge counter to Storm in a lot of ways. I feel like Naga is one of the that can kind of contest the Undying when it comes to owning the lane.
What about the
Underlord
chain
into
for
a Razor
Liquid
as
now?
well,
Underlord into the Razor,
because
and
they could do PL.
yeah,
Razor.
this
10
and they've got
seconds remaining.
this is like a very I don't know how else to really describe it. They're all kind of melee in a way versus drives. Whenever everybody groups up, you get much better chances of getting your static storm off in all situations.
A lot of time.
It's left as well.
Yeah, that's hard because a lot of the traditional picks are just all taken out.
What about the Chen?
I think that Kuroki normally plays the Disrupt.
Does.
He's also the Chen.
You don't quite have the setup.
There's okay. I really like that. Yeah. Turn around once you see the Underlord. I think the IO comes back on board because you want an answer to that ability of Team Secret to move around the map.
Is there still a Beastmaster? Is a Beastmaster? I think they could go for IO Beastmaster.
10 seconds remaining.
I think that would be amazing.
5
Razor
seconds
versus
remaining.
The Brood is still in play for Secret.
Beast and TK.
And DK.
So that's the thing, is whatever you go.
Brood could definitely be. Then they're pretty much all melee.
I think the Brood and the even into the Razor. Like, that's the thing. Yeah, I know, but teams in this tournament, the top teams have been willing to pick that LD into the
Team Liquid's
causing you to doubt myself.
Beast gets banned.
Meepo is a sick ball, actually.
And they're all melee, ready to go. So I think that other one, like you said, okay.
10 seconds remaining.
Unless they...
5 seconds remaining.
Thinking they still could...
Team Liquid's
You're thinking like side lane Razor.
And there's the there's the Brood ban. I felt
that
they had to do that.
Like,
you guys like DK here?
I feel like that's the normal pick.
10 seconds remaining. Team Secret
Out of all the other offlaners.
Oh man!
I mean, like we said, these guys are just... Yeah. This is gonna be some interesting...
Mind games are pop.
But that would be... That's gonna be my...
Yeah, and first time... here.
So do you think the Wisp and Enchantress's sustain, is that enough to make this like not a great storm? Because our choices all included like a decent amount of sustain, but like they also had lockdown. Naga, Dragon Knight. They weren't heroes that were...
There's your Meepo! Oh, I got it! Hell yeah!
Good call.
Way to go,
That's
Fox.
sick.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick here too.
With that.
I mean, that's the one I was thinking.
GG. Like, no, I shouldn't say that because this is gonna be an
shouldn't
amazing
say that.
game.
This is gonna be awesome.
We do get a Meepo. It is the 91st different hero used and picked at this tournament as well. Has it made the difference in the drafting decisions, Fog?
Let's go, Meepo. I haven't seen it in a while. Okay. I know this hero can be abused a bit, but...
The choices are Liquid or Secret, but you've got Meepo.
I'm excited for Meepo.
It's a combination of AoE and it deals with split push really well. I like it.
Yeah.
Secret.
Okay.
I think that this is actually closer than it might seem. The Meepo pick is a very good one. I think the first round, though, of this chess match goes to Puppey and Secret.
All right. Okay, let's find out. We'll bring in our commentary team. Boys, it is time for the quarterfinals. Liquid versus Secret. And you've got yourselves a Meepo.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy about that. I'm also very sad about the series because I don't want to see either of these teams go home.
No, quite.
But this is fantastic. We get Meepo, we have Mind Control Enchantress. We're mixing things up a little bit here, Blitz. So not your standard run-of-the-mill day Dota.
No, it's not. The first year set that up already. That day is not going to be average day.
I blinked. I missed it.
That was weird. Man, that was... I still can't get over that first year. I know we're supposed to talk about the second one, but...
Do you want to give a quick wrap-up? Just to at least clear, like, just cleanse your thoughts of it. before we focus on this one.
I kept saying Newbie is like the team that drops like random series to people, but there's like a different level to that. Losing in like 17 minutes, crushing like bro like that.
Yeah,
you expect a lot out of Newbie. It just shows like the cool thing about that is it shows like how random Dota can be in terms of like it'll depend on the matchup, who's who, drafts look like. So it's very hard to say like, oh, this team's garbage, this is good, because you never know, right?
Yeah. There's so many things like hey, Meepo gets picked up, you think the pick is really, really good. The panel, I feel really sorry for you guys when you're up there every single time. This is the team that will win this one. You never know.
Yeah,
and anything is going to be possible.
I mean, Fnatic, like, what do you think the odds were before that series? Realistically speaking, right?
Even the odds, like, about 1 minute before the end of that series.
Yeah.
Like, it was all favoring Team Secret.
Yeah, that was one of the weirder series that I've been a part of. Like, this tournament in general has just been odd. But who knows? I mean, I'm really excited for this one because this would have been my #1 and #2 team. So what I like to do before every tournament is I like to just poll the players that I know. The best team. It was actually pretty 50-50 split. Like a lot of people said Secret, which would have been my choice. But a lot of people also said Liquid. Those were almost always at the... Nobody said Newbie, nobody said either.
I was waiting for the VG call in there somewhere.
It was either Liquid or Secret. VG, they're doing it in one tournament. Still have a lot of Dota to play. These were, for most people, the consensus 1A, 1... Find out the order right now. Liquid has had sort of a... It feels like a mental block. They've been struggling against them. They lost 3-0 in Dream League, although all 3 of those games were very good. And they ended up getting 2-1 at ESL Hamburg, right? The last. So far, Grid feels slightly better in this match. This is kind of where Liquid gets to correct it all.
Well, we'll see if they can. We just get a feeling of our lanes now. So Miracle is running that PL in mid with GH roaming IO against mid 1 Storm Spirit. Not a hero we've seen be that successful, or at least be the real reason why a team has been successful. YapzOr sitting behind them as always. This is just classic YapzOr for this entire tournament. Just try and create some problems for that mid lane and secure mid 1 his time. Fada playing the hero that unraveled Team Secret yesterday against Matamaman's Razor. And then down the bottom, Meepo. Team Liquid actually came down here to break a whole bunch of trees and put down that one dire Observer ward. Do you think there's actually like a set reason too where they want to clear out the trees? Is it watching the pulls? Is it watching Ace die under the tower? The Thunder Strike will be enough. Mind Control with his attack will reach it and get the kill.
Add the pause to reflect on your mistakes. So remember you asked me, by the way, you said they picked Undying. And I said because they anticipate Liquid to take the IO. Yeah.
Do you think that, like, how's that meant to like directly counter? Like you pick up the Undying, you're just like, okay, so this hero, why does it work so well against the IO?
It's like strength-based heroes dying just decays. You're almost always going to get it. But that's why Liquid also takes the PL. PL takes down the zone so fast, like a hero counters. And Liquid, I think Secret were trying to dissuade pick. That's kind of been like the story of the tournament draft is, if I take this hero, I want to make sure that you're not going to take what I think you're good at. Like, it's preempting it all. But Liquid do it anyways.
Starts his DP out. GH was only coming down to pick up that 2-minute rune so he could bottle it up. But ends up actually forced in the Undying to TP all the way back to base. And as well as picking up the Illusion rune.
It one makes me so sad.
Why sad?
Because it's like, I really need Storm to see some buffs.
So you don't want mid 1 to have a successful game?
Yeah, he always wins with that hero. Like, nobody else seems to win with it, but he does.
But it seems to work. Like, he wins with a hero because Fada is a real player. I think Fogg was saying this thing yesterday, where he's just like, as long as Fada is actually a real player in a game, then Team Secret, especially mid 1, always does well.
I would agree with that, but at the same time, mid 1 is a beast on this hero. It's one of my favorite Storms. Feels like he's one of the few people that actually... only person that I've seen win with this hero in quite some time, so...
It takes a lot to impress you for a Storm Spirit. Look at this blocking Miracle! He uses the small illusion to actually stop him. The shot, it doesn't block! Miracle away! Almost the save from YapzOr. Miracle just walks straight back down the mid lane. You shouldn't have praised him, Blitz. You shouldn't have praised him.
It was worth it for that. That was very cool. Miracle, presence of mind, uses one of his illusions just to step in front. The little things that separate players like that.
Oh, Puppey flips back on the bottom lane. Mind Control was already chipping away at him. There's a two-man, well, attempted decay. So he didn't anybody with that, and still TP out to safety. He only just arrived back there. He gets blood in his uniform, has to go all the way home.
He's still only level 1, by the way.
Yep.
The Puppey's had 0 impact in this. Meepo has been shoved out of this wave. Meepo's a nice hero in this game, but it's hard to enable him because the Enchantress is so good at just setting up for these quick fights. Normally when you play Ench,
and G8 is going to work together. Ace, he's already poofed away with that Meepo to try and farm up the camps, and now Ace will fall to Kuro. Stopping the pulls, the support combination's just been so active for Team Liquid.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold too. That goes to just 2. Doppelganger. Not easiest start right now.
This is just some ballsy stuff from Bob. He knows there's 3 heroes on the other side of this tree. He just hit level 2, he's holding the point. Finally someone from Team Secret's coming down here, and it'll be Fada. He's got some decent levels, so he can easily stand down here alone. But now the lane change up, what, is mid one gonna go against the Razor? And then Ace has the mid lane?
No, he's gonna jungle.
That's it?
Yeah, you at this point, you buy Clarity. The downside though is he already has Ace doing it. So right now, at 5 minutes, we've got 2 cores that are actually just hitting jungle creep. Think about that. It's so sad because you don't want to be doing this.
Yep.
Nobody's even taking advantage of mid. So
at least he absolutely
that after the second. So far, so good for Team Squid. This is a very blistering. Squid has a good laning phase. It's rare to see them give up this kind of lead. We're in a position where not feeling very comfortable whatsoever. Normally, it's 8th game or mid one's game that is enabled Toby, but in this one, I feel like either of them are really getting into real estate on the map.
Yeah, mid one's just battling directly with Miracle. He's a little bit of experience behind, but that's more of an even trade. Fada had bounced down to the bottom lane to try and take the farm down here, but Ace has still managed to find 33 CS. It's not that bad, but that doesn't really equate to net worth. He's sitting at 1.8k net worth to the 3k of Mind Control, who's number 1. And the rest of Liquid are right behind him. They have the 1, 2, and 3 position. Yeah,
it's really scary when you allow all 3 of Liquid's cores to get farmed. Because normally it's somebody getting the tank job. It's like, oftentimes Matama Man will just get ganked repeatedly or draw the attention of the supports. But they haven't really needed to do that as Ace. Once again, he's going to get gone on.
Yeah, he was actually faking his initiation of the Miracle. Bakuro in through the side, able to actually catch Ace just on the edge. Ace faking on the poof so he can actually get the last poof with the damages. 18 HP, he'll survive. But that was close.
Exhale, Toby. I heard you go.
I don't think that was me. I think that was someone down the corridor, but yeah.
That was scary. I thought the 2 follow-up hits would do it, but little scratches. Yeah, nobody hitting too hard on the side of Liquid, aside from Miracle.
It's a good escape for Race, at least. That's one of those things he desperately needs to keep avoiding. Because Liquid, as you said, like, they're a fast-paced team. They like to keep the momentum, grab the momentum, keep the momentum. So they need kills. They need to keep the pressure on. There's not easy delayers from Team Secret. Kind of like the downside about the Undying.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Especially when Yapsol still is not level 3 yet.
There's 3 heroes mid on the side of Secret. I almost said 4, but that's just a Meepo. And they're not able to do anything about this. Miracle has already taken this tower to about half HP, even below that. Does a lot more damage to the tower than I anticipated. And no real response from Secret. We've talked about how important this mid tower is to the rest of the game, and the fact that they're able to do this in 8 minutes without a catapult not bode well so far for Secret.
Fortification slowing things down. The Shah's just trying to keep Kuro out of the fight. Miracle looking for the last hit. Puppey gets the deny. So at least they remove some of the extra gold, but Miracle could just go for the kills instead. With the help of GH, who's tethered himself forward. They want to kill off Yapsor. Snowball available, and he's heading towards Miracle by the looks of it. Yep, straight back up the mid, and Yapsor. Well, you can chant to try and slow down the wave, but that's going to be all. There is no assistance coming from Team Secret. Puppey and Yaps are just taking it for the team.
This is so problematic right now for Team Secret because we talked about how the early game is determined by your 4 position. If you're a 4 position player, you need somewhere on the map to do something. You need to be able to kill somebody, pressure somebody. Where exactly is YapzOr supposed to go in this kind of draft? He can't really help his Meepo because it's an Enchantress. You're not going to go and gank a Razor, that's a dead lane hero. And a Phantom Lancer has an escape ability over your shards. So now you're in a position where all 3 of your cores can't do anything. Your 4 position doesn't really have a game. And look at that as one of the... There is no brakes on that train. Normally there's like a little bit of a bump. That is almost straight down.
They're thinking about a fight over onto Miracle. He's been hit by Decay a couple of times, and this is why mid one wants to jump forward. Has no points up in Electric Vortex, so no controllability onto Miracle. And here comes GH flying over the trees. Another Decay. Miracle, the shards will block him in, but it won't really matter. He's still got 17 one-shots up his sleeve, so they go for GH mid one and YapzOr teaming up on him. Sparta, the Rift, it will not get him out to safety. And now they even glimpse YapzOr up and into the wall. He starts his TP, and Miracle just wants blood. He'll claim YapzOr. 7-1 on the board, and this game has escalated quickly.
Yeah, that's 6k gold at just 9 minutes into the game. They finally get themselves on the board. No shutout here, but Liquid are on a very steady roll so far. All 3 of their cores in very good shape right now. As Mind Control. This is the problem when you play against offlane Enchantress, is sometimes she gets these games where nobody wants to be in her lane, Toby.
Bottom lane, Sparta, he's got no Pit of Malice. They don't have a control.
Yeah, they have the one stun from the Tusk, and that's about it.
I kind of got semi excited because I'm like, you know what, Sparta's just going to like lock him in position. The Rift comes in, YapzOr holds him in with shards, right? But it's... Yeah, not happening.
I'm still pretty certain that wouldn't be enough to kill. That's why things feel pretty rough right now for Secret, is they can't kill anybody. Dota is based on the fact like, okay, if we bring 3 heroes down here, we should be able to get a kill. But do they really kill this Enchantress? She's got a 10-minute 4-staff.
Yeah.
They don't have Magic Burst on their side.
And she keeps carrying this catapult with her, with the Blightstone, now the double catapult wave. Like, they need to react though, or else Mind Controls is going to continue to take more and more building.
Then they go hit the Roshan. They take all your tier 2s and your tier 1s. You got to make a play somewhere. Smoke, try to gank one of the cores. I think Razor at this point might have been one of the easiest, but if you look, Mantama Man has already anticipated that.
Yeah. Miracle's also moved down to this bottom lane just to ensure tier 2 tower drops 11 minutes into the game. And Storm has to ball lightning away. Mid one, not a lot of mana to work with here. I know where... No, they're not going to go up. They just play more buildings. Yeah. They actually smoke. This was under vision of the Radiant Obs and Sentry Ward, so Team Secret are fully aware. Yeah, but Mind Control's in mid lane. Be a quick tier 2.
You got to defend something. You're on the side of Secret. You're watching Liquid right now just march down your base, take whatever they want.
But if you fight, you kind of out of the game, right? Like Ace is still trying to play catch-up game. Like he's just hit level 10. He's actually building Shadow Blade onto this Meepo.
Trying to get a Silver Edge so he can blow up the supports, and especially the Enchantress. Kind of top the problem list.
GH is on it. He understands that something is wrong. Ace actually TPing back with one of his Meepos, the one that just used the poo. And will escape as he understands that Liquid are on the hunt for him now.
Very nice move by him. Getting aggressive into their own jungle. It seems so counterintuitive in Dota to go to the enemy side of the jungle when you're behind like this, but you have to take risks because you assume that is that far ahead. They've warded everywhere on the outskirts, so it's very dangerous to enter your own jungle by yourself.
Invisibility. And he is right. That observer ward's on the hillside to the north of the Radiant jungle. There's one on the bottom ramp, and there's one just east of the mid-tier 2 tower. So Team Liquid have perfect coverage of anyone leaving the Team Secret base.
This is when you know you're ahead. You're showing cores at 1. Oftentimes in a game, Toby, when you're far behind, what'll end up happening is you'll just go smoke and gank one or the other, because you know for a fact that the cores are separated. But they can show this Razor up and top and Mind Control in mid with total impunity. Because, well, they just don't think they can die.
Mid-1 actually coming, like, at least their Observer Ward. Okay, they're going to start creep skipping. So mid-1's moved between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower and mid. Ace is farming up the Dire jungle on the southern side.
Burrow, he's got his ult too.
Oh, yeah, he does. He can actually kill them all right now. But then again, there's your Earthbind holding him on the edge. Storm Spirit jumps over. So a nice kill for Ace, but the relocate will kill him. But at this point, that's actually a semi-even trade.
That is...
It'll go the way of Liquid by a little bit, just because it's ace.
That's still kind of okay-ish.
Fired up. Okay, he's okay. TP just in time.
Now it was closer than I thought it'd be.
The damage that Razor can steal so quickly, 112. Throwing out the Tuskar shards, Yapsol snowballed into Miracle, so there was no escaping this.
Is this just going to be the day of stomps?
I think so. Day of the 20 minutes, right?
I mean, I guess we're just done at 5.
Gone in 20 minutes.
I'm trying to figure out a way. I think that Secret, if I'm being realistic, it's difficult. Like, at this point, the chances of coming back are probably less than 1%. But if you are going to do it, it probably hinges on Ace fighting pickoffs as soon as he gets... I think he's still going to the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, he just finished it.
If you get the Shadow Blade and you get maybe two or so like big pickoffs.
Now here he goes, he's going to attempt it onto Miracle. That would be a huge kill if they can claim it. Farda's in the neighborhood. And a couple lands to the face. Now here comes the help, but Doppelganger. It's so quick they tried to predict a Pit of Balance, but it will not work. GH is there to hold Miracle's hand. Mid-1 burning so much mana, and Ace having to poop for way to safety. All the mana burnt from
barely gets
Mid-1. And yeah, poor Meepo. Getting picked off on the way out. Farda, he's getting glimpsed and then just jumps back to base. Timing off by a fraction of a second for Kuro.
Kuro with the whoops.
Team Liquid will be very happy to go high ground now. 25 seconds. Either that or they just Roshan. There's a double damage room waiting for them outside the pit just to make life a little easier.
Liquid has learned that Secret refuses to fight them under any circumstance. With that being the case, you're just going to avoid all fights with this one. They tried going for the pick-off like I suggested with the Shadow Blade, but they're so far behind right now, and the target that they opted to go for is probably the hardest one to kill.
Team Secret, they're coming over. GH, here comes the shards. Just keeping Liquid inside the pit. Poppy can get a pretty big decay out, and he's still got the Tombstone running around, so they're going to try and attack from all sides. Farda coming in too. Team Liquid, now they're coming out. They actually missed the pit, and now Farda, as well as Yapsor, they protect themselves inside the snowball, but there's a lot of damage. Yeah, there is so much damage coming out. Ace jumped into the middle of this fight. Team Liquid, they've lost 2, they've claimed 3 back in return. Miracle jumping up. Ace is going to pop right now, and it's all up to Poppy, the last man standing, maybe with a buyback. Mid-1, he wants to go for what? A steal now on Roshan? GH is already the medic on the front lines and a regeneration rune just to make a better measure.
Yeah, Farda and Yaps are both ping it out. That will kind of shut this out. All he can do is try to time things out as mind control.
He's battling Mid-1. Mid-1 can't attack that. That's 4 points up and untouchable. He can drag him back and do some magical damage, but that's not going to help him. Aegis Immortal into the hands of Miracle. A BKB in 16 minutes for the Razor too.
This is what it looks like when your 4 position can't do anything. All 3 cores on the side of Liquid are in full. For a second there, though, it looked pretty promising for Secret. The Firestorm in that small, clumped up area did so much work.
Imagine what would happen if they actually connected with a Pit of Malice, but it was only half a second. Like, if Secret was there half a second earlier with their abilities, then they could have potentially locked in Liquid inside the pit.
Yeah, Hammer had such a good Ice Shards. He just locked 3 heroes in there for quite some time, but nobody could really respond. I guess Liquid always had the way out with the 4-step and the doppel, but
they have enough items they can escape with. Mind Control's got the entire Hurricane fight.
This has been
quick day is a good day, right?
You expect this game at least. It is only game 1. Ace. Okay, he needed kills like that.
Yep, the Salt made life a little bit more difficult to get out. There's a lot of damage from Mind Control. Ace is going to be okay, though.
Remember in Dota 1 where there was no cap to the distance?
Yeah.
And you would do the Chen Enchanter sendback trick at level 1 to get first blood on mid? Man, I love mechanic that. I mean, that one wasn't broken, so.
Yeah. That's like you saying fountain hooking was a legit thing.
Yeah. Oh, mid one. Yo.
Thought he was going to bowl that one. But
yeah, I thought he was going to charge that too.
It's just taking it.
Good sir. That is
just trying to help out Mind Control for his damage stats. But he has Ace Rune, so he's going to start creep skipping out the top. Almost got the Fuel Scepter available too. But at the same time, new items start flooding in. So you already had the early Diffuser Blade from Miracle. Nice thing for him when the fighting is happening so early. But now he's finished up full Manta.
Thank you for not going Battle Fury. Oh.
You mean you haven't been enjoying these late game farming
Mid one?
PLs? Mid one? Okay. But Tubberman had the damage for it.
He had 500 mana.
He did have 500 mana. He could have ball lightning TP'd. But can you blame him? Like Team Secret right now, like they've got to be in the fetal position, just like, oh, just someone save us.
Yeah, he's getting rattled right there. I very rarely ever seen anyone that plays like that.
Barter. They're protecting him as much as they possibly can. He's completely out of mana. Puppey wants to help out with the decays, but there's more miracles where they came from. They just keep battling Puppey. He's got 13 one charges. Into the base they go. Miracle and GH together. Yapsa wants to help out. The glimpse onto Underlord. His TP will be successful. But Puppey has still died underneath his own tier 3 tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Team Liquid are just having a field day with this matchup. And Matubberman's entered the top lane. Ace has to come back, but his TP's on cooldown. His TP's on cooldown for 35 more seconds. I'm looking for one of the aces back at base, but they just don't exist, so he's walking one back now as the jump, the back lines. Whoa, mid one.
He is completely out of mana. I think they chase this.
Yeah, they do. He's got one ball lightning jump now. Nope, he's using it to kill off the creep wave. It's like is he just saying kill me? He still bought his heals up, so there's no buyback available on mid one. Maybe he's helping you, Blitz. That's coming to Storm Spirit very, very soon.
I feel as though mid one right now feels as though he's checking out of. I don't say that lightly, but because like I said, he's one of the Storm for a while. I think he was one of the few people to make it work, but in this game, there's not a whole lot that he can do. Yeah, this game has got to be very aggravating because they just simply can't kill anybody. You've got to feel pretty helpless at this point.
Yeah. That initiation too when Ace was basically nowhere to be found. Making life so hard, the tier 3 tower will drop. I think Ace is hoping for a kill. Kuro, if he put an Observer Ward up right now, he would have seen Ace TPing and potentially could have stopped it. But it may not matter. Miracle, 20 minutes in, takes the range tracks. Melee coming after it. Mid one, long jump in. Remember, you've still got that Aegis the Immortal. Miracle, doppelgangers, they can't even kill him. GH is holding the hand as they retreat back out again. And relocate. They're going after the Meepo. Ace, maybe try and fight this one. No. He brings the rest of them in, just do some damage, but 55 seconds now without Ace, adding the pressure on bottom. They're trying to group up around the relocate target, so this is huge for Team Secret to lock him in, but they need to kill Meepo as well. GH isn't enough, but Miracle's so strong, they burn the Aegis the Immortal. The rest of Liquid trying to come in to help, Enchantress still in the neighborhood, and now Miracle can start fighting again. The Crimson Guard, they're trying to protect themselves. Puppey can't get the TP off. Barter sticks around a little bit longer. He knows he'll be okay with the Dark Rift. Oh, Kuro again. Only half.
That thing is getting
only half the second between the glimpse and the Dark Rift.
That is the second time Kuro messed that up, but I don't think he cares too much.
Right now, no. Here comes mid one once and again. Pit of Malice is nice. Forced up. He yells in very deep, and Miracle will go down. 1,000 gold going the way of Yapsa of all people. A man highly deserving. Mind control, Barter taking 5 years to actually hit him. So, okay, well, use the fire instead. He's got a bloody Hood of Defiance on the Enchantress too. So here comes mid one. They shard block him in. The Glimpse will take mid one a long way back, all the way back to Fountain because he TP'd the ball lightning this. And here we go again. He burns 90% of his mana to reach front lines. Kuro at least can be sharded up. Here comes your Snowball as they want to initiate in harder, but Kuro four-staffed in, which means Yapsa goes in way too deep. The pick can hit 4 heroes, but now Mind Control starts to work over on Barter. That one will cancel out his TP, but mid one in once again, focusing on the GH. They want him dead. They've almost got him as well. He just goes down far enough. Mid one more attack. No, it's still not enough. Now we will finally bring him down. Liquid losing 3 and the room. He's going to bring in the extra French, but they're coming so late. He was under the tier 1 tower, and with his Meepo at 10%, it wasn't a Puppey. He'll get glimpsed, so no TP out from him. The wall will even catch him. The electrified fence of death as Team Liquid has definitely become a little bit more of a bump, but it's also become a crazy pub game.
It's weird because Liquid are so stubborn right now. They're just like, we refuse to not fight you. We have to take this non-stop. This is
this a message that has to be sent?
Exactly. You gotta learn somehow, Toby.
Well, Miracle's taking the mid rags. You can learn how the effect of that's going to cripple Team Secret in the mid lane.
But you can see the impact that every single kill has on the net worth charts. Very well done as Ace. He just walked in there. If he could have gotten the kill on the Razor, that would have been a massive turnaround. I thought for a second that he had it.
What did, okay, so Yapzor actually bought a Spirit Vessel. This one requires them to get kills, however. But two will make it life very, very difficult for the IO to give that extra life during the team fights. So if they can start changing some kills, the Spirit Vessel becomes useful. And Fada, they have the protection. Crimson Guard's doing a pretty damn good job at this point.
Secret, or Liquid, by the way, that was a little bit sloppy because the Meepo just walked in Shadowbladed and they didn't instantly have vision for him, so he got a very good initiation in the fights.
And now he's going to get himself a triple stack of Ancients too. This is kind of nice as long as he doesn't lose his Meepo.
Gotta be a little bit better about this.
Ace actually, does he have enough damage for this?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, he's good. He's going to micro up the Meepos a little bit, thanks to the 10% life till he gets a 15. But Team Liquid are grouping up on top now. So mid one's pushing at the bottom lane. He's only a couple of 100 gold away from having the Orchid completed. There'll be no bounty runes, so he'll TP back home.
Not easy, but their chances have gone from like 5% to like 8.
I was waiting for a bigger swing in the graph from you, Blitz. 3% is what you give him for this?
10 is a bit much, but I think it's not.
Can I push you for 9%?
Yeah,
we'll haggle this up to 9%.
You can get a 9.
Okay, 9%. Wonderful.
Over here now.
As long as like they can find a couple of pick-ons, the Urn could do work. Now you've got the Orchid from mid one. So he's managed to get Orchid, Yules, as well as the Kaya. For a 25-minute Storm Spirit that was having a pretty damn bad time, he's managed to boost himself up to 510 gold per minute, and Team Secret are coming to fight. There's no Observe wards inside the base, so it's only a Sentry ward. And it's 4 heroes smoked up. Fada keeping the pressure, the push out, but the same thing's for Liquid. They're smoking up, they're moving through the Radiant jungle, but wait, are they... Roshan's alive. They're going in for Roshan?
Oh, this would be dastardly play, but Fada can get gone on.
Yeah, Fada's being initiated, but here comes Storm Spirit. The long jump right over the back lines, trying to go on the Disruptor. He was the one that was silenced up, but Team Secret, they've lost 2. The power is just way too strong when Matomon pops that BKB. A double kill for him. The immunity is just too good.
They want Ace right now. They don't have the vision quite yet.
He's got Silver Edge in 5 seconds. The Glimpse gonna pull him back down again, trying to poof back out again. Able to work all the way home.
Nice timing, but now Liquid look like they just want to march all the way top.
Yeah. Pushed in through the mid, take out top. Get the creep wave with you as well. Not much of a defense unless Storm, but man, he's burning so much mana to try and force out these lanes mid one. Fortifications available to buy some time. Mid one actually needs this so he can pick up some mana, jump straight in, straight back out again with the shards. The creep wave's at least licking his wounds, but they're going to catapult in the back line, so no issue for Liquid here at all. They're going to take a second lane of Rax. Ace still not fully ready to fight. Now the Pit of Malice catching out 3. Shards are pretty good as well. Mid one jumping in. They want GH, and they do have that Orchid onto him, but they need to follow up damage. Here comes Ace walking in. The Meepo proves they're focusing on Matomon. The BKB will now come out from him. GH isolated in the back line, so he cannot be that heal. But when Ace is down, the damage is gone with him. Kuro's put down the perfect wall, the perfect storm, and mid one will fall. I think that's it. You've got to tap out now. 4 heroes without buyback, and GG indeed. Team Liquid, it took a little longer than the first series did today, but 27-28 minutes. Convincing fashion, apart from a small little hiccup at around the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, that was very thorough.
Smile on Kuro. That was the game was.
I think that more than any outplays, that was just honestly just such a sick outdraft. All 3 lanes lost. I'm trying to normally I'm trying to be a little bit more harsh and saying like, okay, what misplays were there? And yeah, there were a few from mid one where he just zipped in, but honestly, like it wouldn't have impacted the game anyway. Like this just felt like a drafting. None of the 3 lanes could do anything. Nobody could rotate. You saw when they were forced into their jungle, Liquid played that perfectly. They just pushed towards the jungle,
yep,
and nobody could go anywhere. you couldn't gank any of the 3 lanes because they were either mobile or just hard to kill to begin with. So YapzOr's in a position where normally, you know, he's going around getting kills and stuff like that, but in this game, it's like, where's he? What's he meant to do?
He had no influence, Puppey had no influence. I wonder if it also comes back to the first 3 bans that happened during that drafting phase. Because they just didn't get there aggressive. That rotation wasn't there for Team Secret in Game 1. But Game 2 could be a fresh start for them as a full best of 3 elimination quarter-final in the playoffs. That all will come down to it. Can Liquid clean sweep at 2-0 and make this the shortest day of ESL 1's history? Or will Team Secret finally get
and that maybe stops Liquid playing, even though it didn't. We know that now, but hindsight's great. But
Yeah, I mean,
maybe that was the thought process behind it. Was like,
yeah,
okay,
I'm sure there's many
we can
reasons.
soak this up now, and
Underlord, it gives you this like ability to defend towers and maybe give you some split push and that sort of thing. So maybe they thought it was going to be enough to buy them time for the Storm and the Meepo, but
I like that they banned the IO. I think that's actually what caused the majority of the problems. I'm sure like Enchantress and everybody, they all popped off, but I think GH just enabled them to be able to snowball so out of control that
Yeah, I just think when you talk about IO and Coddle, the first two bans by Secret, I think for those two heroes, for Liquid, those are like tempo shift. They're heroes that they can take either at the beginning or even at the end of the draft and change the speed at which their entire lineup plays. And from the time that IO got picked, their team just felt so fast.
10 seconds remaining.
Phantom Lancer is a great example of that. PL is not some hero that can just be so aggressive until he has Wiz backing up.
Yep.
All of a sudden, you no longer have to worry about HP. You're constantly throwing lances around.
I mean, he's chasing people across the map.
It's similar to when I used to see them pick Sven a lot in the mid lane. And Sven, and you're like, oh, this hero's not fast, and then he's godlike, but 14's IO just has him diving towers and running.
Or remember way back when Evil Geniuses would run it with the Train Protector, all of a sudden you just become a beatable combination at the start of the game.
Wow.
Shaker.
And this is how they opened the draft in the final game against Fnatic last night. First pick Earthshaker.
So you probably just get Razor again, right? To guard yourself against Lone Druid.
That's how Fnatic responded, and yeah, I think so.
Hero, Razor.
5 seconds
Why not?
remaining.
I don't think teams have figured out, and that's evidenced by the stats that I gave earlier. I don't think teams have figured out how to punish a Razor open. There are so few heroes in the pool that by themselves feel like they should handle the hero, but there's not that one glaring counter pick.
Naga and Disruptor are both reaction heroes that are still well.
I was thinking they could do something just like Razor Sand or those lines, because Sand King's left it this time.
I liked Razor.
Razor Rubik. Oh no, they banned it themselves.
Yeah,
why do we not see so many Razor Viper games anymore? It used to be kind of like the same thing, didn't it?
It's very
like one cancels out the other.
It's not quite as similar as it once was, but it's very hard to pick two heroes that do this.
You mean the versus like Razor and
one team? Against each other.
Because
I like to compare it to the Ban versus Omni, where one's just a worse version of the hero.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago, was it? They were
10 seconds
similar.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
I'll go for Liquid.
Another hero that teams had a hard time finding in it.
Yeah.
Team Liquid's turn to
we were going through, you went with us earlier, Kat, but we were going through win rates. DK 72%, Razor 78%, Naga 69%, Bane 69%, BT 72%. All of those picked more than 13 times.
And those are, just this event. I mean, if you were going through, I made a list going through the patch statistics, ELO adjusted. My S tier heroes right now are Tiny DK, Terrorblade, Eldritch Titan, Beastmaster. Kind of like in maybe still there on the question mark. Razor's there. Yeah, I think he's got to be there after this tournament.
After Genting as well too.
He was being picked in the first phase a lot in Genting, but his win rate was not nearly as gaudy.
Fair.
I mean, I think it looked like after Genting teams knew how to handle him, but not here.
So Secret, they do the liquid response to the first opener with Razor. Take a TP in your stuff, so you can actually have a hero that deals with that hero. Disruptor, Naga on Liquid, and Liquid.
Do you as Secret take out the thing?
Turn to ban.
That's the question to me.
I think Liquid is. I mean, I'm gonna say it again. Like, I think they're just making Fada have this miserable game. Look at those bans, and they do take out. And Liquid, their bans. So they ban out the Nature's Prophet and the Bat Rider, the two off-lane heroes that can actually do something versus Razor. So now it puts Fada on the back foot. What is Fada gonna play to be able to actually have a game versus?
Yeah, I think the Nature's Prophet ban in particular is just a great read.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
The Bat Rider ban also free up to do something. A little unusual, like a life stealer. Oh, no.
No, neither team wants life.
That hero is just so
versus TB,
susceptible to
versus Razor, both of them just, yeah. So they get the Disruptors banned, so
I was going to say
Naga.
Jakiro too. That hero's dope with Naga Siren, and I think it works really well against the DK still up.
10 seconds remaining.
I like DK a lot for Liquid.
I like. Always
5
like it.
seconds remaining.
But then in turn, like, oh, I guess you can't do Ursa.
I think Secret could
here,
take DK themselves
Razor
here.
and You like what now?
I like DK for Secret right here. You guys were talking about it for Liquid, right?
Yeah, we're talking about it for Liquid.
I like it for Secret right here, just because it... okay, well, look. We talked about the big adjustment for Secret, pay more attention to the lane. This is the support that pays more attention to the lane. It's going to shore up at least one of your 3 lanes, guaranteed.
Doesn't stop people from running at you.
10
Liquid's
seconds
lane up is
remaining.
pretty run at you, so...
5 seconds remaining.
Yes, it sure is up lanes, but...
Give it a switcheroo, go Gyrocopter
Lich.
instead
I
of
have not
DK
seen
now.
Lich in...
We haven't seen a Lich this time.
We definitely have not seen it this tournament. I don't know how many times we've seen it this patch.
Yeah, it is second of this tournament.
Oh, wow, okay, yeah. Lich has not been picked in Pro Dota 2 in 7.0 now. 107 drafts so far.
I think this is also another... This could be another deny pick here. Liquid picking the Enchantress. This could... There's Mind Control's... there's Mind Control's hero now. If Fada did want to run that one, now they can't. And that's one of the other heroes that you can actually play versus Razor in the lane.
And you can just go ahead and keep grabbing. They've already got so much magic damage now, pure damage. I feel like the Lich is...
And Enchantress dispels as well, so you can dispel that Lich.
I think Kuro just got mad after losing to Vici the other day. These drafts have just...
Well, the Ursa is better now because of the Enchantress, but it's still not great for Naga and Razor.
Where do these heroes go for Liquid? Because there is a little bit of flexing.
Liquid's turn to
Okay, so again, same principle here as against the Terrorblade. The Pugna could threaten the burst damage alone.
Lanes, I'd say Liquid. I think the Razor's still flexible, but I think the other 3 we kind of know, right? Yeah, which is going to be Kuroki, Jakiro, more than likely, unless bizarre stuff happens. GH Naga, control.
seconds remaining.
Now, what we don't know is, do you think they're going to go full on aggro try?
5 seconds remaining.
Because I think I think this is a fearsome aggressive trial.
I think you've got just as easily dual lane.
You've got a lot of options versus Shaker Lich. They don't contribute a whole lot in the laning phase.
Yeah.
One's a walking fissure, the other one just kind of denies waves and pulls it back.
You can get really greedy and try and win 2 out of 3.
Fair enough. No, I think that's a really key point that you guys just made. Lich and Earthshaker, they can be okay, but they do one thing. They're not flexible in their laning potential.
They take out the Ursa anyway. Right versus the Enchantress, it's one of those heroes that you can burst the Razor.
Pugna kind of guards again.
10 seconds
Poker.
remaining.
Yep. Which I think were
Possibles.
potential
5
aspects for me.
seconds remaining.
How does the morph look?
I haven't seen that.
Well, we've
No,
seen
we
it a
saw
couple
it
of times against
RTZ.
TBs.
Yeah,
and it's worked very well.
Okay.
And it's a popular miracle hero recently too.
To me, Morphling is a hero that you
Cool
take when
idea.
you're really confident that your lanes are locked down, and I think that is true right here. So it's definitely got to be on the table.
Team Secret's turn to pick.
Ben's
Yeah, what?
They want some Shadow Fiend.
SF, are they even setting up for?
10 seconds remaining.
I don't want them to pick Invoker Turbo
No,
together.
he'd get run out of lane.
5
Yeah.
seconds remaining. Team Liquid's turn to pick.
What?
Lena.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll go Lena then.
All in burst damage, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pugna, Lena, they're trying to actually be able to deal with this Razor, so they don't have
That's the
anyone.
first time Lena at this event as well.
Yep.
We've had 4 brand new heroes in 2 games.
And I'm sure this is a core Lena.
Yes.
I'm certain.
10
Okay.
seconds remaining.
Has to be with that shaker, I think.
Yeah, they need a magic damage
Yes.
ceiling core.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to go gyro and like mid DD or
Well,
something.
and it's the same principle as the Ursa, right? The fiery soul stacks give you the attack speed. The get through the Enchantress.
So, a miracle hero. Or Liquid.
I think you can pick where you want.
Did they take the Jara?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. It's like it's in his top 5, and it's just kind of a safe round out your lineup kind of hero.
I would like.
I guess you could take.
They take it.
All right.
Okay.
A little bit more standard.
BKB cores
Wow.
versus Lena Pugna core. Pugna's going to be that off lane, Lena's going to be mid.
Very classic matchup. This particular one. So, draft done. Alan, we'll start with you.
I don't want to make the same mistake I made the first time. I think there's definitely potential here if Secret gets off to a really good start in the laning phase. They've got just a lot of burst damage. They're going to be able to bring down these heroes, but I just think Liquid have the lanes so well constructed. I'm going to go Liquid.
Okay. I think I'm getting a 1-1 vibe from the middle of the desk.
Oh, wait, you thought I was just going to go the opposite of Alan?
I thought you were doing 1-1.
No.
Okay, all right.
I was going.
Which way? Liquid? All right.
I'm going Liquid as well. They've got a more normal draft.
Look,
Secrets is
A
very
normal draft. A
Secrets is
standard
very-
Liquid draft.
Secrets is very unordinary. We've got a Lich and Lena.
They've got to do They've got 2 do nothing supports.
You're on the do-nothing train today.
Do
you are.
nothing.
He's on the do-nothing train. 2 men that aren't on the do-nothing train are in the caster room right now, waiting to bring you game number 2. Is this going to be the fastest payday of your careers?
I care actually doing something. I want to cast a really fantastic series.
You've got
so-
a Lich Lena.
Yeah, I'm more excited about the Pugna Lena,
Right,
at least on that
okay.
front, because at
Alright.
least it gets some amplified burst damage of some sort. But yeah, Blitz, what do you think? Like, the panel all seem to be swinging the way of Team Liquid. Better execution, very solid draft, everything looks great. Team Secret. What is that?
Let's go Secret, dude.
Let's Secret? Yeah.
I think TB is very good against Shadow Fiend. Go against the green.
I feel like I was just forced into that just so I ride or die. But I
Go with me, Toby.
I'm not feeling the same type of confidence that
Why?
you seem to be.
When Toby,
When have you ever led me wrong?
Yeah.
See, ever since I doubted MVP, I have a hard time ever doubting you.
Oh, that was.
But this time
that was
you
a glorious story. Am I allowed to tell that?
Yeah, you can tell that.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I learned a good lesson from this story.
You know, I like that you're so calm. Because if you're embarrassed about it, that means like you didn't learn from it, right?
Yeah.
It's like we all have those moments in life where we say something stupid and it'll come back to bite you. But as long as you're okay with it.
Yeah,
so
I'm fine. Tell the story, Blitz. Tell the story.
It was before TI. Was it TI4 or something like that? And we're about to cast like MVP versus VP or something like that. And Toby says, yeah, MVP is going to get stomped, just whatever. And I told Toby, I was like, yo, they've been actually doing pretty well. Like, they apparently beat DK in some scrims, and it was good. And Toby's like, that's a bald-faced lie. There's no way that they did that. This is going to be really quick. Why are they even here? They need to just like, we need to get this over with. There's a waste of time. And then MVP stomped VP. Yeah, so hard.
They did.
It was glorious, but he's like Toby took it on the chin. He immediately was like, I was wrong. Damn.
It was actually great timing for me too, because that was around the same time as I was just like, man, I already know the results is going to come from all of this, and it checks yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yes.
Like that's what it does. Like you just like, you know what? I'm not going to believe that this team is going to win just because they've gone for the standard draft, a really fantastic lane. Like, anything is possible. Mid 1, fantastic mid player. I actually like having Yapsor. Like Cap was saying, a do-nothing hero? Bullshit. You got an ES that can rotate around the lane. Of course, Vada, this is not so nice for him. This is just all-out attack. Yeah, he's like, Decrepify. I can at least do some way. He's actually salving through this. Yapsor doesn't have mana for the fissure right now. The GH is pretty low, and Vada just Decrepify salved Liquid's gank away.
That is why you save your skill point. Yep, very well done. But yeah, it's like every time we have those moments in Dota where we think that the narrative is just, you know, one team is, this team's garbage, good. Yep, Fnatic's bad, Secret's the best. No reason to play this game. But it never works out like that, which is why it's such a beautiful and very nice save from Vada there.
It's actually kind of hilarious too when you think about it with like where Secret is now. After yesterday, you talk about Fnatic, like, yeah, Secret's the best, Fnatic's gonna lose, and then Secret find themselves after a crushing game one staring down the barrel of elimination when you're like, maybe Fnatic, no one was thinking that they would claim points from this competition. In fact, maybe you were thinking Mineski. It's just like, you know what? Gross generalization out the window. No one can think this. Great. Then everyone else is.
Feels like a really nice air. Everyone is. Mineski almost beat Liquid at Starlighter. They had very good games again. Now they get just bounced at that.
It's coming from every region as well.
Yeah,
like we're not just locked in and saying, oh, it's the Chinese power. Like, it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, yeah. Even NA is kind of representing.
True.
It wasn't on the first day, but
yeah, it was optic and complexity definitely.
Dude, EG lost too. Like
yeah, and EG.
But it's getting better.
Hey, EG turned it around today, right?
Yeah. They turned it on the last few days.
Period.
Go
America.
I want one from every region.
That's what we need.
Game so far, much better laning phase.
Yeah.
So far from.
Well, there seems to be a lot more stable on the bot lane at least. In fact, you've got the Lich as well as the Terrorblade. This is almost ensuring Terrorblade's having a start. And the Enchantress, mind control is still getting a decent amount out of this lane. It's not like he's going to die. But at least it's making it so that it's not like Liquid win all 3 lanes in minutes. And how's like mid 1, 14-2 against the 11-1. Miracle's starting to build up a couple more souls now, so be a little bit more mid 1. But how do you actually feel about this matchup, SF versus Lina? It's a thing of the past, but how does it work in the present? Ice path, it's snared. Not the greatest chain though. Top lane for Tubberman, locked in a corner. Yapsor's got the bonus damage. Vada, because he's a little bit more, and Yapsor will spill the first blood up on the top lane.
Talking about Toby.
And he's actually really close to his arcane boots. Like, Mr. Do-Nothing support has just done something.
Do-Nothing support. Analyst said 3-0 to like Toby. We were, come on, man. I told you, ride or die with me.
I'm riding, bro. I'm riding.
Let's go.
I just want a good game, so I don't care if I'm going to make a deal with the devil in order to enjoy that. But sure, let's do it.
Former joint Doters unite.
Look, we're shitting on Cat, but I'm not helping him. Vada, static link. Matumberman's going to do some good work here as Kuro. Waiting for the ice path. It'll connect. Yapsor just needs to buy some time. But Matumberman's still on 112 points of damage. The Decrepify and TP out again. Was it Nahar saying, like, what's the counter to the Razor? Like, the first phase Razor. How do you counter him doing damage? The Decrepify seems to be doing a pretty damn good job right now.
And so far in this tournament, counter to deep pressure him very heavily, so that he never gets attempt at all. This hero, when you let him get online, Toby looks like the best hero in Dota, but when you don't let him get online, deal with him, slow him down so much, that he doesn't really provide anything in the way of team fights. That's how teams are beat. Far made him look very average. This game, they've secured him a very good start. Not the kind of Enchantress game that the Mind Control had last game, where he was able to dominate. This one, much more active as up top. Up a lot of presses. Yapsor already has Arcane Boost it out.
Yeah. He got the boost to start with. This is always that sacrifice that Puppy makes in the lane, mid 1. DP support's very coming nice in, but Live Strike Array stopping Miracle from getting that level 3 raise combination to mid 1, which would have ensured death.
That would have 100% killed him. That stun there. But really good presence of mind to not just try to walk away.
Matubberman's going again on Vada. This time he Decrepifies Matubberman. You know what this actually, like, remember when it was Pug or 4 positions where they were rotating around, and it's just used for his Decrepify. just amplify up for all the magical burst damage there. But even the combination with things like Fissure, when Laguna Blade's going to be available, Fada's early rotations can really enable Team Secret to do a lot of damage. Heroes like Enchantress, who went 4 points up in 4 points up in Untouchable in the last game, doesn't seem to be as effective this game.
This game, they just can't really abuse anything. They're not really trying to fight him.
GH,
Needs the break.
Yeah, he was right on the edge, max range.
This is why Pugna is such a good side laner. He's so fast. Move speed just makes it so that it's very hard to gank or get on top of him. Former teammates.
I love this Dire Observer Ward up on top as well. Like, he backed up the second he sees Kuro walk underneath it. And it's so far up that it's unlikely he'll ever get dewarded. The Fissure combinations, the Blast, Matumament, down to 270 again. Having to get Shed Tango sustained. Oh, ace! When one comes in to get the kill secure with his Laguna Blade.
That was distant. At the last second you saw, he's like, I have a... He realized at the last second that was going to feel enough, but very sudden kill. And at least mid one got the return, but a much more controlled game this time around. This is what they look like when they actually get to play Dota as Miracle. He's going to have to dodge the stun. He's copying a lot of damage.
Now he's going to cop it. The Frost Blast was already committed, so he didn't have the movement speed to try and dodge. So now mid one, not only does he kill off the bottom lane Enchantress, which he gets solo experience for as well, he now gets the shared experience for the death of the SF.
And this is why that was more of an outdraft than an outplay in the last game. Secret they looked bad because they just got outdrafted. Their heroes couldn't do anything. This time around, it feels like their two supports have a game. They can go around the map killing the enemy side lanes. They can kill mid. They have options. Whereas in last game, it felt like no matter what they did, they weren't going to get anything done. This time around, they actually have place to make as mid. Puppy goes down.
Yeah, problematic for him, but mid one gets the rebuttal. Laguna Blade, nice low cooldown. Mid one hits the Light Strike Array. The creep wave is currently taking up the town. Mid one so low, the razors will connect. Miracle will get the kill. He had one charges up his sleeve. So a little bit more life to play with the mid one. He really needed that tower to help him. And the cancel TP from Puppy. He was TPing to the tier 1 tower. Now he can't even get back to defend. We also have a little bit of a lane rotation as Fada is now on bottom lane, trying to do something about mind control. And they're giving space for Yapso to get the Blink Dagger. They're investing into their support now, team.
Very much like this mid duel, though, going on. First mid one outplays
Fada.
Miracle, and then the other...
I think they're looking to go again. Fada's pretty low. They have to actually go for that stun from Yapso, but with Kuro hovering around. Fada can back up. There's no Shrine available, however.
I'm gonna go for a bottle. Very rarely do we have exited the meta for them. Heavy spam of the Lina. What? You come out?
How else do you find this? Decrepify, Blast. Fissure doesn't hold mind control in long enough for the train to really do enough work from Fada.
This time around, though, they have Magic Burst. Something they sorely lacked in the last game. What are you supposed to do against that hero otherwise? Early jungle. This time when he was early jungling, the other core on his team also had to jungle. And Fada had one of the worst matchups in Pit Lord versus Razor. This time around, people can actually lane on his team as Kuro.
Oh, that's nice. There's that combination from Team Secret. Decrepify, Fissure, Blast, plus the life drain. And they're doing all of this underneath the tier 1 tower. So they're looking for the push. Fada, however, I don't know if he's ready to battle against Mind Control. Maybe he is. Decrepify, Blast, the Fissure comes in. Light Strike Array, mid one. They're at the right time, but they still have to battle through both the sprites and the 4 points up in Untouchable. Making life difficult as Puppy brings...
Now they're going to go for the turn of mind control.
Top tower is under
Running at 3 heroes, this is strength of the Enchantress, of course.
Mid one doesn't have enough mana to really continue to fight this. Still got another 54 seconds before the Shrine's to be up to get there. GH starts his rotate over.
Earthshaker. Already at a K. Much better game than. Although the game slowing down and Miracle able to raise things out and power. It's gonna be Liquid. Very ever so slight goal.
I do like the fact they're trying to watch the comeback mechanic. So the observe floors that we're playing got flagged out because GH got scouted by Ace. Stalked by the Naga. But now goes to a safer place. Double Ancient, calm that up to grab a 5 Blast Fissure. Keep the blast incoming the way of Mind Control. Got Raindrops to try and protect him from this, but there's double Arcane for this dual off lane. Never-ending spam, and Puppey can keep this top lane held back as well with the sacrifice.
Just sitting down here, kill each other as SF does have his ult out. He is under vision of this. Try to go first, outplay his escape.
Top lane dive not going to work. GH still only level 4, so doesn't have that Song of the Siren to do the cancel TPs. Paladin's actually TPing through the top lane. Now the dive has failed. Bring in the Pugna. And SF, he found his target. He found mid-1, winds up right on top. The damage is way too much. No one charges available for the Lina either, so there's no burst life to come his way. Huge solo kill for Miracle. DP support goes to the top lane now, so Yapsa and Fada almost holding hand. They head to the top lane.
That was a huge kill though. As a Lina, you can't really lose momentum to Shadow Fiend, because the Shadow Fiend is the best heroes in the game right now. You can usually double nuke waves out, force the wave in, force Lina to come back, and while you're doing that, the Shadow Fiend is hitting ancient creeps, so he's getting double on the map that time. So all of those individual kills are going to make a huge difference, especially in XP too, as
reflected in the net worth, which we'll put on the screen right now. 5.3k for the SF, compared to the 4.2k of the Lina. Top lane, they're draining again, this time onto GH. GH has the movement speed to escape. Frank will boost to heal back up again.
This was more along the lines of what we expected though. Game 1 between Titan and Dota 2 as one. Gonna meet up with Ace.
Gotta be careful how close they get. They're gonna come underneath the fresh observe wall that's been planted down by Team Liquid. They're pushing with Mind Control, stolen Catapult. You know Puppey wants to slow this down, so they go for the blast on the Mind Control. Sprites up pretty quickly.
Should go.
There's a double damage route on Miracle. I don't know if they.
I was gonna suggest MP. But killable. At least for the. Correct me if I'm wrong. No?
Terrorblade.
Health and a ring.
I like it. Try and change it up, and he just needed the life for now.
Are scanning.
Yapsa's TPing out. Trying to head towards bottom lane. As far as Radiant Vision, they don't seem... Hey, Yapsa...
They're gonna run into Ace?
Yeah, they're right underneath the tower. Ace is there. Frost actually ice pathed up. The Macropie well off target. The blast into Mind Control. Not enough damage, and Shadow Fiend does just TP back out again. But this port space, but Tubberman's pressuring the top tier 1 tower.
Dual Scepter himself. Up. And also allows him to get on top of that Pugna. Trap. Air. Top of him. Off.
Puppey's going to finally get rid of that Observer Ward. 3 obs and a Sentry come. So Team Secret have to start establishing map control, map vision at least.
Secret really want to take this mid tower with this Pugna. Mid. Fada.
Yeah, that's problematic. Needs the drain for life. Won't happen. Miracle gets the kill.
Very nice distance management on the raises as now Liquid is trying to build up this gold lead little by little. Toby. A second ago it was barely 500 gold and now it's 3k.
Spikes coming up, gold and experience. Secret just a couple of bad things going their way. They've still got more in their course than they had in the last games. That's an upside, but 0.7k is the value for the SF, the Terrorblade. Still building up on the items, and he's actually got a Yule Scepter coming out for mid 1 right now. So this is a nice increase, at least for mid 1, to get better initiations off by himself.
Never discount the TV matchup though. When you're playing SF, you eventually do have to try to go high ground. Terrorblade just hits reflection, he steals your aura, armor, it makes it really get to a straight up fight. TB wrecks you in those.
Maybe that's also why they're focusing on Yapso getting his Blink Dagger. They need that jump initiation and not this. They're currently working. Kuro is coming up, Sentry Ward down, right on top of that Dire Observe Ward, however, Yule Scepter into the air, Lightbreaker Ray will connect, and damn, 4 points up and Decrepified, that's a lot of amplification. Goodbye.
Kuro got straight up evaporated. They needed something like that though. It had long been kill as Puppy up at the top. Oh man, he's got the Yule Scepter though!
Oh, the early Yule's Matumberman interrupts Puppy. Good luck, Puppy.
He did not see that
Puppy.
coming. Latu having a very good series so far.
Such a wonderful cheap item as well for the Razor. He's not the first one to go. Actually, was he the one to do it 2 days ago?
I'm not certain.
Game
on their side.
I'm fairly certain it was him that actually played the Razor with the early Yule Scepter, and it was around this time as well. It was just like gank after gank after gank. It was either that or SEC.
Think about it too though. It's a nice item on Razor this game because his team lacks a lot of natural I don't think in this your SFD puts you in a position where you set up for the Jakiro Ice Path, which is one of the best spells at dealing with the Terrorblade, by the way. Really like Jakiro versus Terrorblade. Even when you Manta Split, you can end up pot in the Ice Path. Time it right as Jakiro, you can do it right as he's trying to Sunder.
You were kind of weirded out by are you happy when the PL didn't buy Battle Fury, but now Terrorblade's gonna go for a Battle Fury?
Go Ring of Reach. Had it in his well, I think he didn't hot a little bit. He wasn't certain where to do.
The Battle Fury really worth it when most of your damage during the device is going to be in from Metamorphosis? Like it definitely means you're never going to be popping. Like what's the farm rate? Like decrease in farm pushback. Is that then worth it?
Dire are scanning.
Maybe he's
the thought. I was joking about it with Fogged yesterday, talking about the old days when range heroes would buy Battle Fury just because it was really good damage, and it's not the old days. Roshan's just beginning, but at the same time, 18 minutes in, Blink Dagger just got purchased up by Yapsor. The Courier's not bringing it out yet, and Team Liquid, they're just sitting in Roshan, bringing him down bit by bit.
Maybe, I don't know. I can get a hood, but I think I need to scale a little bit.
Puppy's coming over. It's going to be a little bit too late. All the Naga illusions are on the way. Roshan's too low. Secret not in any kind of position to fight this. And even a defensive Song of the Siren from GH. This is multiple layers of protection to Team Liquid.
This should be the tower, or the Roshan.
Radiant's middle tower
All the tier 2s. Point I want to make too, like you're in these kinds of games and you have this much map control, you want to try to take the Roshans as fast as possible. Especially when you think might outscale you. You want to make sure, Toby, that you get through things quickly because you want the set. It's never the first Roshan that ends the game. The enemy team messes up. It's going to be the second one. So inherently, you want the Aegis to start going on cooldown like as fast as possible. You want to get the next Roshan number 2 with the cheese going so that you can attempt high ground.
Is this smoke gank up on top going to work? Yapsor still has the blink dagger.
Who's going to get spotted?
There goes the fissure. It's only on the creep wave, decrepifying onto the Enchantress. More help is coming in now. Remember, GH does not have that ultimate available as Miracle stunned up, decrepifying blast down to 1/3 of his HP. Yapsor is still hiding in the trees and he'll blink himself away from mind control. This is buying space for Ace to attack the tier 1 tower on bottom. Fortification will slow him up. Fortification is available for the Dire side as well if they do want to buy a little bit more time, but they're going to do so.
Oh, they use their fort. Liquid might this attempt to at least poke. They've got 2 levels of liquid fire, but no, they engage instead.
They're TPing the bottom lane. The illusion's trying to kill off the bottom lane, and Kuro actually denies the bottom tower by ice pathing the illusion.
For Secret, the game plan is simple. Hold the high ground, force Liquid into positions, be in where they're pushing duration moves, but fine right now.
High mind control. Mid one can heal, Scepter and initiate on this one. Line Striker ready to follow up. Support's coming in from Puppey, but more stuff. Andros gets the distance and now has the completed Hood of Defiance on her.
Secret, keep moving Liquid around the map. Let Ace shove out all the lane, play him like you would a Tinker.
Yeah.
Allow him to get the heavy distribute farm.
You got a pretty good gang squad. Like, a Dagon just got purchased up by Farden too.
Yeah, you need to get these individual pickoffs and just disappear. Guerrilla warfare tactic. It's getting into a straight 5-on-5 engage will not go well for you unless they happen to get a really nice Echo Slam. But relying on that is a little bit rough here. And Ace, and the upside of the Battle Fury is it allows you to farm without the use of meta very quickly. It allows you to spam out the elite too, high amount of mana. But the downside is it's not a fighting item.
It needs time more than anything. Team Liquid, we know how they play this. They play it hard and fast, but 21 minutes in. The tier 3 towers are still up, which is better than we've had for most of the other series today. As Liquid group up in mid.
The downside of the Aegis Therizany is that it does make your team go for a 5-man. You don't want to blow any sort of... Allow Secret to push in the bottom lane.
They're actually doing a decent push after the live taking off the tier 2 tower. Team Liquid still thinking about going high ground. Now, YapzOr is baiting this. Like, they want to try and fight it out. Mid one starts his TP back now because they need some clearance beyond that of Frost Blast and Nether.
It's easy though. I don't think go for this. There's Frost Armor on all the towers. All of their waves are going to come down. And the longer that you delay this, it allows the team to slowly catch up. During this entire time you're 5-man, Terrorblade is gaining advantages at...
It's been farming the jungle the entire time. DH is sending illusions into the jungle to try and get a little bit of a reading on what Ace is up to, but he's in the Radiant jungle.
You notice that Miracle's backed out for this? Guys, 5 heroes sharing one. They're not pressuring anywhere else on the map. This situation as a PB, you want the enemy to 5-man because it relieves all the pressure. You know where everybody's going at all times.
DH just comes into the bottom lane. YapzOr knows this, blinks deeper, and then TPs away to safety. But this is a good indication as well for Ace. So they added enough pressure on the bottom lane that has forced the rotation from south. Now, Team Secret can potentially make a play and come out of their base because the pressure is no longer on the tier 3 town. Their moves are harder to read.
Stronger naked.
Steph and nope. 3:30 until Roshan can read.
Radiant are scanning.
Miracle's almost got that BKB. 700 gold away from complete.
So we talked about how first Roshan, second one, try to attempt to go high ground. Liquid right now are trying to corral Secret back into their base during this time. Trying to make it so that the TB has to do plays like this where it feels uncomfortable. He's got the map. So when you just go top as 5, it opens up the map so much for him.
I like how cheeky both TB as well as Lina one's playing. Like, they're TPing up now. They have a Dire Observer wards. They see Kuro, the Observer and Sentry from Liquid. A little bit further to the side. And, okay, the pings are coming out from DH. Like, okay, guys, they definitely see us. Sentry wards down. Observer wards dewarded. And this will pretty much ensure that tier 2 tower in the bottom lane will fall.
Look at Ace though.
Yep, instantly up to the top.
This is I have to do so much work in this game, so I just have to power farm, hope for the best, hope my team doesn't get killed. That's the big thing. Is giving up towers is whatever at this point. It's losing any of your high ground defense heroes outside the base, potentially just end the game. He's not quite in fighting shape yet.
Do you like Butter's like going up higher levels up with the Dagon? Like, is Dagon level 1 normally where you sit and you look for other items?
Yeah, Dagon's a sick high ground item. If you force somebody into a situation where they're just in half HP, imagine this scenario, you're a Shadow Fiend, you don't want to pop your BKB, you go high ground, you get Decrep Dagon in half a second, you're at half health now. Yep. Now you're in a wonky position where you don't really want to continue, but you also don't want to be forced, especially in team fights, to just preemptively BKB. Pugna's such a fast hero that it's very low risk for him to, especially with the Aetherland, you can do it from really good distance.
They're 10-second BKBs as well. That's a lot to burn for just a little bit of harassment for Pugna. you got to give so much props to Team Secret. Like, yeah, okay, we look at the next Roshan as the one where Team Liquid try and push up high ground and take the tier 3 tower. But Terrorblade, he's gotten so much space. They have more net worth than the Razor now. Still behind there, the SF, but Battle Fury, SMY, going into BKB. So Ace understands next time the fight is going to be soon. Mid1 has been so aggressive, pushing out these side lanes. The tier 1 towers on the opposite side of the map are always under siege. That's what he's trying to take out now, but here comes Liquid. So Aegis Immortal is gone, but the BKBs are up. Team Secret here to defend. There's your Decryptify up and running. Media Hammer spam from GH onto the towers and fortification burnt by Team Secret. But they're taking the top tier 1 tower. Money is still injecting into the defense team. And they're getting more across the map. Like, look at the experience graph. They're going the opposite direction. Gold goes up, experience goes down. But this is because Liquid are going for the objective base. They're going for this high ground. This needs to work for them.
You saw Matu? You just got Dagon? Well, I don't want to go high ground anymore, guys. And this is the downside also of constantly 5-manning is when you constantly 5-man like this, you're in a position where you're just splitting one lane of XP at all times. That means somebody from Secret, the ace in a game like this, getting solo XP from higher waves, jungle camps, and your team is still splitting it between 4 heroes.
That fissure from Yapsor is nice. The Netherwall's being committed down, so the tier 3 tower under attack. Remember, there's no fortification. So Ace has managed to take the tower. He's metamorphosed up, and he's about to reach the tier 3 tower on the top lane. Glitch ulti, it's flying out now. Most of it's going to be soaked up by the illusions, bouncing down towards Miracle. But this tier 3 tower up on top lane is being assaulted. They're just holding the defense line. Kura can get the best ice pass in the world, but here they go. Batumman TP's out. Where's the cancels? The Song of the Siren is trying to actually hold them at bay as Batumman has come back to the defense duty, and they want to keep going for more. The Yule Scepter, Essa comes down, the BKB instantly up. So Fada will take a fall for this, but you've still got Echo Flame, you've still got range tower, and TP has taken the tier 3 tower. He's going for the melee rack. They're all coming back, but the TP cancelling. Now it's Miracle. He'll have to stand his ground and fight. TP still wants his top lane. It won't happen. Metamorphosis is gone. There goes the Laguna lane, but Miracle so low. The Dagon from Fada. It does not work. It's worth it. The Fissure controlling the Nagasara, giving Mid1 more time to hit into him. Puppy is here as well. He bought back to be involved in this. They want mind control. So the top lane of Frags heavily damaged, but the casualties of war is Team Liquid cancelled their TPs, and now Team Secret will get yet another kill on this bottom lane. They hold their own tier 3 tower barely.
That is such a big win for Secret right there. That's gonna extend the game even further. Now the gold lead is cut down to 3K. TB and the Lina now are second and third when it comes to net worth. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why we wanted them to go for the Roshan instead, because it's a safer play. By forcing this do or die situation, this is exactly what Secret wants. Play these 4v5 situations, allow Ace to continue to climb.
After they take this tier 1 tower, actually, do they even do that? You just found yourself a double damage room for
I like this move a lot.
This Roshan is now really, really good for them.
This would be massive for Ace to get. This is the Aegis and Cheese, remember? And we talked about how the SF not very good against the TB.
Naga Illusions are coming. They're going to scout this one out. It's going to take time for Team Liquid to get there. They've still got the Shrine to TP out too, and that's exactly where they're going. SF coming quickly. Roshan down to 1K. There's your Media Hammer. Buying some time, and there's your Blink Dagger.
He jumps in, he's trying to get the Aegis.
He'll still have it. He snapped the Aegis Immortal. He got Roshan, but didn't get the Aegis. Macro Pyre, nice pass from Kuro. Is absolutely sublime, but not enough damage as Ace switches the life points with Kuro. Fada a little bit in trouble. He'll burn the cheese to Decryptify. Dagon Blast. Can't get the everything off. Needs to drain out some life. Cannot do so. Mind control. Now he's hunting for the kills. Fada is down for over a minute. Yapsor waits in the tree line. Puppy still here, posturing forward. Ace thinks about fighting. Metamorphosis is available for him, so he can do so if they can just get the stun. Mid1's looking for a 4-man! 4-man Fissure! Miracle pops up the BKB, but the amount of damage, the physical from Ace is just too high. He has to run away and leave mind control for dead. 2 heroes dead for so long. 42 seconds on the Jakiro, 50 seconds over on the Enchantress. The top lane is defended by Mid1. It was pushing in a fair chunk of the way. The Team Secret, these fights are looking so good for them. Even if they didn't get Roshan, they got everything else from it.
Team fight was so sick from there right there. 4-man Fissure that leads into that. Now they're starting to get some control of the map. They finally nabbed that tier 1 tower in mid. crucial one for them to get. They might even continue to go off of that as
Metamorphs has got some time on it, so sure, why not?
He's got a BKB too. He's gone for a pure fighting build, no split push, no Manta. Farm from the Battle Fury is starting to pay off. Still curious to see what that Ring of Regen ends up being, but other than that, I mean, Ace now tops the net worth chart. Very well done.
YapzOr, does he want to jump this mid? He's got Echo Slam available, and Miracle's got a full creep wave there. I think if Lina was a little bit closer, he probably would have done it, but they're walking underneath the Observer and Sentry of Team Liquid. So mid one, you can grab that regeneration rune on the way out, but Team Liquid can't close the distance fast enough. So many illusions. Or maybe they can. They're looking for the target. There's a Blink Dagger Song of the Siren, but GH just doesn't have the distance to do both.
Fine. Shadow Fiend not want to play this game against Terrorblade.
Yep. They want to end this now, right?
Reflection just gets so obnoxious, and that's why the Roshan was so big, because Secret, by grabbing that, they make it even more awkward.
But how do you force this? Like, you're still going up against a BKB Aegis Terrorblade. You need a pick-off. And maybe they found one. Puppey caught a little bit further out. Life Striker Ray tries to create some space. Oh, he goes down! Miracle just got...
That. That's what we were talking about with the Dagon. That's why I'm so okay with it, because Miracle, he doesn't want to be in a position where he BKBs there. But you get instantly bursted as a result, and now you're put into these do-or-die situations as Liquid that you no longer want to be in, and for the first time in what feels like forever, Secret, they have climbed that mountain.
What's that thing we do every single day? The quick death stuff? Like, that's
play fast.
Yeah, you want play fast, play dead. He was dead so quickly.
That is why you get Dagon, especially on Pugna, because
it's the level 2 Dagon. I just love he's going into a BKB directly after it.
Safe, and I like that. Don't throw away your lead, because you definitely have a lead now. You look at the map.
Just started top lane, Echo Slam, YapzOr. He combined with Fada to Decrepify it up, got the instant blast, and then just Dagon Echo Slam. So Razor is down. They can force his buyback. This would be so crippling for a guy who's already behind. Yep, Yule steps are up. It's a nice ice pass from Kuro and the 4-star available, but Mind Control still on the run, but Ace hot on his tail. They want more damage, they don't have it for him. Instead, they're attacking the tier 3 tower. No Rax advantage will come from this. They may consider a backup.
I think you go for it.
Or is it just to force the buyback on the Razor? Is this, you get that, you back out? Metamorphosis? Nice burn from Ace. They want to push this. They still have the Aegis Immortal for a little bit longer.
This is a good tower for them to take. Miracle gonna deny it up, understands the position that they're in. It's a jump.
Or is it? YapzOr. He doesn't do it. He holds it for now. The ice pass over on 3. You already had Terrorblade swap his life with Mind Control. So Sunder being used, and it looks like for now Razor is going to respawn shortly. So Team Secret, they will back up. Mid one's very low on life. The BKB has only just come out in the courier.
And this time around, the creeps come in clutch for Secret as they take a tier 2 tower at bottom. Deja Vu is lost the last game around. Work.
Fun breakdown to go against Miracle and Ace. Kills in the sim, obviously Miracle being a lot more involved, but this is the sacrifice that Team Secret they had to make. You buy as much space for Ace as possible. You let that Battle Fury do the work. Like the Aegis Immortal will now burn out. His next primary item is going to be the Skadi, and he's becoming very difficult to kill.
Finally did. I really wanted...
I feel like part of him is just lost now.
Yeah,
it's like the value mango, right?
Yeah. The thing about Dota is, like, you buy items like that, you have, like, buyer's remorse, but you don't really want to part with it quite yet. Butterfly now. Shadow Fiend. Collection even better. Almost a full Skadi. Terrorblade. They're going to make up, though. Liquid. Now they're 6k gold behind.
This swing. It's such a dip as well. They were 6k in front, now they're 6k behind. They haven't been in front of an experience for a very long time.
Even though it looked like the driver's seat. Secret's game plan. High ground, let Ace farm out the map, eventually play that Tinker role where he'll shove in the wave. They did a very good job at bottom lane holding 4 on 5. He never even had to come back. And that's the kind of position that you want to put your Terror in, where you create space for him. Now he's very dangerous. The Shadow Fiend does not want to play head-to-head.
This has to be next Roshan. Got 1 minute and 38 seconds before he may respawn. Seeker push out the bottom. Mass 4 staffs, I believe, are also coming out. Here's one for Lina. Yapzor already has one of his own. He's actually going to go Shadow Blade. Nice way to initiate in.
But Liquid still have a very deadly combo, Toby.
Oh yeah. You get that song on the side, like, we talked about how good Jakiro is going to be against Character Blade. Like, it's hard for Liquid to push high ground. It's still hard for Secret to get the advantage of these. Unless Liquid push up into their high ground. Because that seems to be the easiest thing, right? Like, someone from Liquid just edged a little bit too close to get the initiation off. And actually, what is their initiation? It's Song of the Siren, right? Or it's Ice Path?
He's Song of the Siren.
Radiant's bottom shrine
Ice
is
Path.
under attack.
Then you try to blow somebody up. That's
See,
still a really good combination.
This seems a lot harder than just, hey, Bat Rider, jump in, get a lasso.
Oh, for sure. It's going to be really complicated. Timing has to be pretty much frame perfect. That's a 10-second DPKB on the peak. Good news for Liquid is they still have pretty strong DKB.
Invisibility.
Excited to watch this timer even closely on Roshan. We need like a big clock. Like, Pimp, we just put a big block on the side for a Roshan.
The next move, though.
Yeah, it is.
Giant Flava Flav style clock.
You have like Roshan where his arms actually do it for you. Actually, is his arms bigger than that? He's like a little T-Rex, right? No, he's not big enough.
No.
It's enough. Oh, that fissure, that's huge. Oh, the Echo Hit Slam, but Tumum is down! No buyback! Big moment now. 70 seconds, they can do damage to the lane. Roshan will spawn in 2 minutes. But now Team Secret know they have an opportunity. It was the Shiva's buyout, what cost the money. And he's short by 500 gold.
AC's invis, they have no sentry for him.
Another perfect stun onto MC, but Song of the
This is your kill
Siren.
combo.
Wind it up, and dish it out. Miracle with everything. They explode the ES. Mind Control has to be 4-star forward away from the drain. Miracle's got himself a double kill. Ace can still stand up on the high ground, but he has to help out. Mind Control will fall. 3 heroes down. GH is in the back lines. Miracle, the big man's still alive. BKB's been burnt from all sides, so no immunity protection on this front. But what do you do now? Do you just let the mid-racks fall? Miracle's thinking about coming in around the back. Puppey is there, but they've taken the mid-racks. Rotation towards the top. No buybacks, no reinforcements for Team Liquid. They fortify to buy some time. A little too close. Euro Scepter up. GH goes for the instant, interrupting mid one, but Miracle, a huge kill. He'll have to buy back if they have any intention of holding this top lane. GH on the run. Can't really run that fast, however. Up to the hill, inside of Fog of War. But Hummerman back is up. He'll go for Puppey. Puppey is dropping quickly. Mid one as well. BKB will protect him in a line to run away. Terrorblade, not so lucky, or maybe lucky. He actually comes in for the Sunder. Miracle so low, but Matummerman still holding the torch for the Team Liquid Olympians. Ace will finally go down. Kuro TP's out. He's hit the ice path. He'll get it over on mid one. Miracle on no life comes in for the raise kill. 130 HP, boldly going where an SF has gone before. Team Secret, they still claim 1.5 lanes of rack, so definite victory for them.
Huge damage done. A lot of buybacks expended from Liquid. That combo looked like it was going to do so much, but Pugna just pops the BKB after the Requiem of Souls. It's only Yapzor that goes down to their kill combo.
They're coming to kill again.
They are smoked up. They want to fight even with their Terrorblade down. If they can get kill on the Shadow Fiend, that could just be the game right there. They've got Echo Slam available too. They're looking for it as mid one.
Yep. Look at the Radiant scanning. They're looking for anyone that's near him. They don't see anyone defending, and they're going to find him. Miracle's coming out. The smoke's going to wear off in about 5 seconds time, but this may be enough.
This would be such a sick timing.
The creep wave. Miracle. Yapzor jumps in. Echo Slam is down.
Oh, he uses it on Yapzor.
The BKB's there. Yapzor. Oh no. Miracle's going to stand his ground and fight. Mistakes were made. Fighter is bail.
Bada.
Oh, balls.
You could not afford to do that.
Can we see that again in very slow motion, Mr. Replay production value?
It's a nice thought, but Yapzor didn't need that from you.
Let's see it again. It's quick, it's fast. So he starts it up. You can see him waiting for the Echo Slam. He wanted the creep wave there, but he drained into YapzOr, didn't drain out of Miracle. And the BKB protects him and allows him to fight off. That would have been so huge for Secret, potentially may cost him game 2. Now they look towards Roshan. Puppey at least denies the DD rune, so Roshan won't be quick. But then again, I don't think they realize they picked up mid-1 inside of this. So the wind-up is there with the Meteor Hammer. Mid-1, he'll get the stun off. BKB's being burnt. Partner instead in the tree line. It's all gone from bad to worse to absolutely horrendous.
And now Fodder has to buy back, and all off of that one mistake. That was such a clutch move from Secret. That smoke down, they avoid the work. They know that Miracle is going to be the one sent down to clear that wave. And just that one misclick suddenly turns you in a position where now it's Secret that we're forced to buy back heroes, and Roshan being hit by Liquid.
This buyback has to be worth it. GH's illusions are scouting out. Roshan so low. YapzOr, do you do this? Force-up and Blink Dagger available. Roshan, he's down. There's no jump in. Aegis Immortals in the hands of Miracle. They're looking for a target. They've found Ace. He'll stand his ground and fight. BKB's available. Mind control will go down. Mid-1 as well as Fodder from the high ground. But they've lost their big one. They've lost their TB. They've lost the dieback on Fodder. And now what else have you got? Lina rooted up for YapzOr. In he comes. A big dunk. They'll bring back the balance and power of Team Secret. Oh wait, you've got the immortal Miracle. He stands his ground. Ace is here to fight him. The reflection is up. Miracle, he's like paper. He'll end up dying. The Fisher flies forward. They're looking for the target, but GH was able to blink himself away to safety. SF is down for 2 minutes now. Team Secret, a window has been reopened for them.
What is going on right now? Ace also had a buyback for this, and Razor has the double ult if he needs it. He has a refresher orb. Or shard, I should say. Yep. Not too useful on
the
him.
mid-1. You see he wants to go for the kill.
Yeah, they want to end the game right now, Secret, or else they'd be put in a position where now they're TB. If he gets caught once, the game is over for them.
Thanks to that observe for what they planted down previously, that they know that mid-1 just went invis, so they'll play defensive, back towards their tier 4 towers. Liquid will lose that top lane of Rax. The Ensnare currently only out on the TB. 76 seconds until the SF is alive. It seems like an eternity for Team Liquid. Don't believe the pips at the top of the board. It's currently Team Liquid who are 1 game up, and they found an opportunity. It's GH, but the ice path from Kuro buys the time, buys the space for everyone to go Jigglypuff. They're just going to sleep themselves out. GH controlling YapzOr on the back, but he blinks so quickly. He avoids the Meteor Hammer, able to get the Fissure stun. GH has gone AWOL a long way east. The defense is still on. 47 seconds, counting down to SF. Ace starts the retreat. Careful of mind control. These impetus, they do so much work. They're holding the line. The Macropyre is down, but the tier 4 towers are under siege and back in the mid lane. They found GH. He'll buy back instantly. 30 seconds until the SF. Remember, he won't come back up with full souls and mind control. Oh, he got stunned up by the Lina. Where's the follow-up? It really isn't there yet. They still just want the tower. They want the Megas. Team Secret, they're committing his half of this. Ace, the Fissure is perfect. The Echo Slam follow-up. And do nothing. YapzOr just did something fantastic. He's opened up the fight as now Razor is down for 100 seconds. SF is up in 10 seconds time, but this may be too late without the tankiness, without the front lining. Razor, Team Secret, they are backing up for the moment. They will not force the issue. They have got Megas up, and they will wait for a better opportunity.
Can't believe Liquid, the game isn't just over yet. GH random in circles for as long as he possibly could. Trying to make time for Miracle's
Puppey
return, but Puppey,
the Ensnare flies forward. Miracle needs this. He wants to have the souls to live on. It will do very little, but here comes Team Secret back into the front lines. Ace gets the Metamorphosis up, and Miracle double kill for him. Looks for YapzOr, a triple kill in for the SF, but he's got no buyback. It'll still work, however. Ensnare, they're just trying to control the Terrorblade. Keep him in one position, let mind control do the work. The life is too good. Stunned it back again for Ace, so he can stand his ground and fight. Sparta trying to protect it, but now he'll break free of the decrepify of his own teammates. They're draining out the correct target. The Enchantress going down a little bit lower. The Ensnare will cancel that one off, but Ace is just way too big. The 4-star buff, the Liquid call it. GG indeed. We're going to a 3rd game. That game was so back and forth. The Team Secret come out on top and level this one.
You see Fodder with that relief. That bottom plate does not cost them dearly. That sort of back and forth. Secret They hold for so long. They did a very good job of understanding the type of game that they needed to play to win. They knew that the matchup was still in favor, and you see Miracle pop a smile. Like, he doesn't even look too...
5 seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Liquids turn to ban. Team Secrets turn to ban. Team Liquids turn to ban. Team Secrets turn to ban. Team Liquids turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Secrets turn to pick.
Pick Razor, we're gonna take the Razor.
10 seconds.
What happened to our boy Gyrocopter? He was all the rage.
5 seconds.
Yeah, remaining. I mean the numbers don't look that bad, but I just felt like first phase Gyro was getting even when it won it, they weren't winning because of the Gyro.
I mean even like 3-4.
Okay,
they left the Rubik.
Well, I mean the first pick Yapsor hero worked out in the last game.
Sure did. He owned the game.
Yeah, that was an MVP performance, wasn't it?
And it's, he was really, really, really good. I will not take one iota away from that, but the ability of the team to be able to follow up on non-trivial as well.
We got the change.
Okay, and the Chen, this is, again, it's a hero that's been getting banned a lot, especially against Heat and Liquid. They don't always pick it. But it is so much, the common denominator in the first 2 games has been so much about tempo. And I think the Chen is a great hero in terms of forcing the tempo.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm just happy already that we get to see a Yapsor. And they take
decent event so far.
Okay. They take Fada's bat very early.
5 out of 6 so far.
Something you commented though on the give Fata a good game.
10 seconds.
Well, we'll see if he does have a good game, because they could still pick up the other support and a different core matchup against that.
Well, yeah, the core is the big deal, right? They're just one of the big concerns with Batrider, that there are just the cores that dumpster him so hard in lane. The Weaver, the Lifestealer, the Slark. Now 2 of those not meta at all.
Why'd you chuckle there, Cal? Because that zoom in on Puppy.
Get into the mind of Puppy.
It really was trying to.
I would be a bit concerned if, like, say, I know some teams were on the actually the Razor, even though the laning phase is bad. If like Razor gets banned and with their line scary on the Terra.
They're also setting up this Tower Blade to have a beautiful game, banning Timberstone now as well, and on top of that, Pugna in the first phase.
Yeah.
The make Terra Blade shine.
Well, there have been at least a couple of games of this tournament, the one against the Optic Broodmother, where Liquid have basically done exactly what Secret did in the last game and said, okay, we've got a Terra Blade, if we can just hold out, eventually he's going to give us at least a chance to win. And of course, or he could buy Rapier and end the game in 1 minute.
To ban.
Sand King and Beastmaster, I think, are like the two heroes that I think are most enabled by Chen
Escape
in this current patch.
I think Beastmaster. Beastmaster is the one hero that we haven't seen like expected. That hero is just really, really good, even without the coddle.
The big teams that play it, though, it does get banned a lot versus them.
True.
That's
that's part of why I thought that this tournament was more wide open. Is the regional metas qualifiers recently were so much more different.
Team secrets turn to ban.
and Dragon Knight too.
If Razor's on the table, I mean, I think Liquid can still take it for sure.
That's good versus.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
But I wouldn't put it past them picking him. I think this is more likely a Matu Viper game. The bat.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Then they can group up.
5 seconds.
It's an early game focus hero.
And they do take out that beast.
Ban, yeah. Just that, more that I think of it, there's so much in the pool that gives that problem. You got the Abaddon and the LC2, you got the Venge, which Liquid can still run as a support.
10 seconds
I guess Kuro's their Chen player. Probably not.
5
Although
seconds
I don't know, they
remaining.
ran mind control on what was essentially a support Vengeful Spirit the other night. Okay.
Doesn't give Rubik any good spells to steal. He pretty much has like Sunder.
You don't like Mini Terrorblade?
I mean, Mini Terrorblades. I mean,
Morphosis.
the Chen spells are okay. They're a bit weird.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Do the Undying again.
Okay.
Maybe
there
they're
are
doing
several really big team fighters that would make, but it would at least ensure that.
I think they want to. I think with the Undying, they want to do like what, dual pressure with the Bat Rider to shut down the Terrorblade.
So then they have to put the Terrorblade in mid, and they have to get like said it earlier. Never. I think they have to do that, right?
I think Lifestealer could be an option for Matu. Lifestealer versus Undying and Bat in the lane.
Already got one vehicle in yours.
I think dual PL, surely dual PL terribly. PL is still on the board, and he does give in.
I think it's like Lifestealer or Viper for I think they want something that just doesn't. That can just mix.
Yeah, okay. If that's
turn to pick.
All right.
The puck.
I don't think they've committed to where the puck is going. Probably more than likely offline, would you say?
I think because of the Chen, it is very much enabled. Here.
10 seconds remaining.
Gives you early game, gives you initiation.
5 seconds remaining.
I believe it doesn't give you the same kind of pressure that Sand King and Beastmaster does, but like Puck still gives you that combo.
Oh my.
Visage.
Yep. First Visage pick secret this year. Hero that we've seen on the rise recently. 5K plus pubs. Highest winning, I believe.
I don't think you're threatened by the Chen Puck aggro if you're the Ace Visage. Visage almost feels like a dead lane hero to me. Because of how tanky he gets. Gravekeeper's Cloak. And then in this case, you don't have like that clear initiating stun, so he slows you down and runs.
So with the Visage, do we still have the possibility of these for either side here? Worried all about broods in the meat pose?
I guess the Drow could have been, Liquid Drow Ranger.
Yeah.
That's what happened at DreamHack. Liquid actually were the one Drow, and they got under.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
The mid one here.
It's a hard start for a Tinker game. Same goes with OT.
Just
So
the,
those traditional mid counters to
just the
TB are a
Medusa fit
little.
here.
Maybe. Do we know? Are we sure that Ace is their Visage player? I guess he's like a micro-intensive player.
He's the
anyway.
micro guy.
So,
That's the
yeah.
only, that's why we would think it, but I
Okay.
guess it could.
I've seen it.
Okay. I was reasonably sure that that was going to be the case, but I wanted to double. I mean, not for the ear spirit, it'd be good mid 1T8.
Really burning on.
Oh, OD. OD for secret. Right?
That's what I
Mid
was
1
saying.
OD?
But I think it's still.
Oh, did you say that? I'm sorry.
The pressure from the early.
Yeah, they
But
still
you could
ban the-
still, like those are still traditional. Terribly.
Yeah.
They
So I
still
don't think
ban the
it's-
Viper. So that
Yeah.
does that mean that the Visage mid? I mean, Viper is one of those heroes that makes not break the Gravekeeper's Cloak. You don't even have to break it. Your spell's just net.
5 seconds remaining.
Come on, hero.
Sure.
This.
They need someone who wins them the game right now.
Yes. Exactly.
These other heroes, they can fight, they can do all that. But
could have, like,
as
a
for ending
Visage.
the game,
Oh, Lycan for secret.
if they
That's gross.
Team Liquids.
yeah, that's
turn
really
to
bad.
Okay, and
They do the
secret
venge.
will take the venge. Yeah.
so early game pressure.
Do you know? I just noticed so much in these drafts how the tempo shifts dramatically in the last couple of picks. I think that's the mark of a great draft.
Pick for Liquid to round out the draft.
10 seconds remaining.
Gyro feels pressured by the.
5 seconds
Venge.
remaining.
I was thinking Gyro versus. Stuff.
So many of the other Matu heroes are either out or countered. I don't think you want Lifestealer. Lone Druid feels too slow going along with the Terrorblade. Oh, there's the Brood. I was okay. So you always have to watch cheese with those two teams.
Does Brood create
Can
enough
they
space
deal
in
with-
this game for Terrorblade?
Can they deal with Brood and Lane though?
Genuine concern on some faces among Team Secret players there. And a little bit of concern, I'm sure, on our panel members because it's time for them to choose. Adam, we'll start with you.
I am not sure they can deal with the Broodmother and Lane. I'm gonna go Liquid.
Do you think they match Broodmother against
Reverse Visage.
they try and get
They're gonna try to get that.
yeah, they're gonna
Yes.
try and get
Yeah.
that, and in turn you try and get that versus Brood setup.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
10 seconds
Who
remaining.
can die? This is one of the hardest drafting calls I've ever seen.
5 seconds
secret.
remaining.
Broodmother. Liquid.
All right, okay. Very tough draft to analyse. Very tough draft to figure out. These two men have definitely put their mental acumen against each other. Talking of mental acumen, we've got a couple of men in the caster booth. Are you ready for this game 3?
I'm ready. Blitz is the mental side of this pairing.
I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
yeah.
The panel split, so we get what we wanted, right? We get a game 3 where no one's certain who the victor is.
Hard. Panels. You have 2 seconds. We have to start talking about it. Last game I had the benefit of being draft.
Yep.
And give you my opinion. But only that whoever wins this is definitely gonna win, and whoever loses is the worst team of all time.
And obviously have roster changes coming
Yeah,
very
they need
soon.
to. They need. There's no way in between. Even though it's a game 3 and it could have gone either way.
Yep.
This is a definitive statement that I feel very comfortable making.
It's at this point, like, obviously the Cabs just have to kick themselves from the team because both Kuro and Puppy are obviously the biggest weakness in absolutely everything.
crazy. Whoever wins, I'm just saying, has the best drafter, and whoever loses shit draft, please leave my game.
Yeah. Winner of this wins TI. All right.
Which one?
It's the open end, right? I could never be wrong. TI 25, everybody. TI 25. All right, so Team Secret looking to get very aggressive early on. A 5-man smoke gank right into the Radiant jungle. They're going to slip between the towers as well. Yapzor is the man leading the way all the way through. It is a Matoma mid-Broodmother, but they're coming. But look at the Watchman. GH has the hill right above Yapzor. The smoke will break him. He's on the other side of the tree line, and they're running. GH rolling boulders away, breaks the tree. And they just want to get the hell out of here. He even leaves an aggressive Observer Ward behind on his trip. Team Secret hoping for something, but they get nothing. But how's our lanes looking? So we have Kuro on the Chen, up near the playing the mid lane, at least mind control for the bottom lane as the puck, and then of course the roaming GH, who's currently playing around with Farder at the moment. He's just... Actually, he's more than playing. Like, he rolling boulder initiates in. That's 2 points up a sticky napalm. Rubik's TPing in. He's got to be quick to get the telekinesis grab. No, he had to walk around the tree line. If he cut through with the tango, maybe he had the range, but Yapzor not going to go his way. The last laning is Ace. He's going to TP down the bottom lane, and then that leaves mid one up on top as the VS. And here they go once more. Rolling boulder forward. Yapzor's going to come in close. He's not going to be able to... Actually, he will pick up GH. 2 sticky napalms once again, but this isn't going to go his way.
Yeah. In a matchup of 2 of the best 4 positions in the world, with signature heroes on either side, GH, he's going to strike first blood. Not the kill, but at least does a lot of damage early on.
This seems to be what Team Secret were looking for, right? Like, Farder, he's no stranger to the mid lane, but it's the Brood versus Batrider matchup that Secret were looking for. How do you actually play this as well? Like, do you Firefly it? Do you Flame Break with Sticky Napalm? Like, how do you combat the Broodmother if you're the Batrider?
You just make sure that he can never get on top of you as Ace at bottom.
He's really low.
Low. Doesn't have a salve on him either. This is pretty obnoxious to deal with. Cool. Free to CS. Yapzor can't really amount of damage. Doesn't really have the regen. That Tango's only no salve on him either. Is Puppy up at top?
As Miracle going in, GH rolling boulders forward, just got to keep that slow up. The stun from mid one now puts him in harm's way, making a break for the tree line. Takeza here, mid one, can't get enough damage as Kuro brings in the tomato, trying to get in front of Puppy and body block up his former teammate. The kick will fly in. There is no clap available, and Puppy will think to turn. Hard to kill off Hero considering he is walking around with 1,000. Life doesn't help him, double kill.
And Miracle at 280 HP, but it doesn't really quite matter as the Tango, as a result, is healing him up for so much.
Puppy's coming in again for another run. There's mid one. Oh, trouble behind the lines. It's a 2-man decay potentially. A kick, a triple kill for Miracle, and they can go again. Looking over towards Puppy, there's an entire Radiant creep wave on his tail. Rolling boulder in 1 second time. GH is waiting for the right time. Here comes your tombstone. Where's that line? GH, he knows he wants it to be perfect, and he won't. In fact, he's just staying here to kill off the tombstone on the cliff.
And meanwhile, as that happened, our Obs JJ, the real MVP of this tournament so far, did catch the tail end of that as Matoma Man went down to Fada. Very nice matchup there.
How long does this last though? When Matoma then sends an army of Spiderlings and Fada is now just dropping so quickly.
I wonder how that happened. I imagine he just abused the turn rate, couldn't really do too much as controlling this bottom lane. Had some success early, but with the help of Yapzor, Ace getting a little bit of control is... And Liquid, as usual, they're going to devote a lot of their attention to just helping out their real carry, form a Miracle on the Terrorblade. We saw what he could do if he gets any sort of good lane.
Yep. It's like Yapzor's the man putting in charge of keeping the mid lane at bay. That looks so weird on mind control all the time with that cosmetic. It looks like he's got a double damager and always active. Trying to get the rift onto Ace and slowly tick him down. Only ends up giving 1 charges over to Ace, but he has burned his last tango. A little bit more of an even trade-off in the lane. This top lane aggression, I'm not really feeling it. Like, mid one and Puppy together after being dived and having that Chen influence with the rotations. It doesn't seem to be the dream start, but are you still okay with this if you're Secret? Like, the gold advantage is going the way of Team Liquid. It's just shy of 1,000. 4 minutes in. Do you still feel like you're getting enough out of the lanes?
From Secret's end?
Yeah.
I think they're okay with it. 3 kills to 1 and you're only down by like barely a K. It's not the worst thing in the world for Liquid. Liquid would really prefer Terrorblade to be a better spot when it comes to last hits. He's only got 9.
9-1. Obviously, the Broodmother's going to get a crap ton in the mid lane. 20-8 Broodmother.
Triple kill at least keeps him solvent for the time being. They're okay with that. Relatively even start so far, though.
Well, he is number 1 on the network, so even the CS is down, he's the first one to crack 2K.
Just a game 3 similar to game 2.
That'll be nice. Kuro is looking for a hunt. At the same time, they're right on top of that dire observable. They may think during the nighttime phase the Puppy's vision is a little more restricted. But they are definitely coming for a jump. Yapsaw's here, Puppy's in the neighborhood. As Kuro backs out. Got a large amount of damage from both the Hadouken creep as well as from the troll trap.
They managed to grab the ward too. Was about to fade anyway, so Speaker won't be too sad about that, but
Liquid lose their own as well. Mid times out, however.
I'm a man. Making his move on the Fada. Gotta be careful though. Have some levels of calm on him as those.
That's why I'm always wondering, like the Broodlings can just run out of the Firefly. Like, is it sometimes worth to go higher points up in the Flame Breaks?
It's okay, you get at least 1 so that you can bounce him back, but Pro not paying attention to his creeps for a second.
Either that or he's baiting with his creeps.
Purple dude.
They're getting good information.
Purple unleashes.
Yep, Troll Trap as well. Here comes your Rolling Boulder into the Undying. He's still got Decay available. Drops the Tombstone down with Soul Rip and Decay. 10 ticks charges. Puppy gets back to safety. Barda dies in the meantime in the mid lane as Brute Duck went underneath the tier 1 tower. They kill him in the tree line.
JJ caught that at the tail end of that.
This is the reason why he's got, I think he's got 9 monitors watching every single lane.
Yeah,
Puppy's in trouble, and goodbye, Puppy. Nope, don't pick up. Yapso wants to create some space, but now he gets Troll Trapped up as well, and Miracle. So much damage. Here comes your Rolling Boulder once more. Yapso so low. GH as well.
Can I just die
Thinking about coming back in for mid one. He's the only hero that's, like, he's only died, actually no, he's died twice up on this top lane out of the 6 kills of Liquid.
GH being sent back, but mid lane, look at Matama Man's dive.
So deep. Here comes, finally, okay, Yapsol wants him. Pick him up, throw him back in again with the A. We've done, this could be some good Broodlings dead, as the Fadeball just continues to bounce through, but no tier 1 tower available anymore. Hence the dive is so easy.
Brood is doing so much right now on the map for Liquid. All of a sudden that lead has now jumped to 3K.
3.5k of that is from just the Broodmother alone. The nearest to him is Ace, so the Visage has to start doing something more. He does have his birds up in the air. And how do you do this with a Visage? Like, what's the point of the Visage? You don't just pick this thing for no real reason. Like, how is he meant to be the critical part of Secret?
I'd imagine it's just because
this will help. Pick him up. Where's the stomps? Mind control, phase shifts, and okay. He'll go down. Rolling Boulder up on top. GH, a perfect double kick. Mid one and Puppy getting caught out, while mid one silence. Needs to get a stun off. Not going to happen. The Tombstone drops down by Puppy. A miracle. Maybe he wants to start running away from this one. Fada's rotated into the lane, and the Centome is already happening. So, expecting nerf to this more than I'm expecting a nerf to Storm Spirit. Chen sent back.
Do you think that needs a nerf? Chen just got back in the pool. Hold your horses. As Matama Man is going to beat away at this tower.
Oh, yeah, so goodbye.
Are you?
There with a pickup, and he throws it in.
Though.
So we can go for mid one underneath the tower, but we've seen Broodmothers already diving very, very deep in the early game.
This is a massive problem that he's able to just dive under the tier 3, and they need to rotate 2 other heroes to try to help out. Very reminiscent of the game that VP played with Brood earlier on in the tournament with Ramses. Now, Liquid off to a similar start. They own the Triumvirate. This is one of the best farming circles in the game. Are able to hit the aim quite easily as well.
And Visage need to do something about this. Has picked up the Dominator as the first item on the Visage.
Here's the problem right now for Liquid. It's like, when they look the best, it's because they have these 3 cores that are all succeeding at the time. When you turn your attention to this Puck, you can't really gank him. You turn your attention to this Brood. Okay, sure, you're going to have to rotate 3 heroes minimum to try to kill him. And if you do that, then, well, look at top.
Yep, they're looking to fight. Fortification buys some time. Puppey, under the cover of Invis, is just walking in. You've got Visage coming in through the rear as well, so Ace wants to fight. There's a pressure resummon of the birds.
Sacrifice GH.
Damage, and GH, he wants to be the sacrifice with the Firefly down. They'll sacrifice the Chen army as well as GH, as well as Kuro. So both the supports going down, but hey, in middle lane, Matubberman starts attacking the tier 2 tower. Batrider will come in, it's the end of the Firefly, but so much damage! How many spiders are there?
That is an unexpected amount, as Fada just found out. You never really know until you get hit. That's like 60.
You can't,
no exaggeration.
You can't even click them all. Like there's no way, even as an observer, to count how many spiders are there. As YapzOr still on the run, the spiders are right behind him. At least the Fable will remove some of the damage from Matubberman. He cannot be stopped.
Yeah, go kill top. This is what happens to you in mid.
And it was only like a support trade-off as well on top. Like you took the Chen, you took the ES, and then Matubberman takes your tier 2 tower as well as your Batrider and your Rubik.
It's a beautiful thing to see. Like you can really sense the love that GH has for Miracle. And he rolls in and he's like, take me instead.
I thought you were gonna be like real masochistic about that.
No, it's like
it's the Brood Mother killing everyone in the mid. That's such a beautiful sight to see.
No, that one is rough. I feel for everyone that has to play against Brood, but this is getting a little bit ugly here. It's 10 minutes in.
Is this when you just ob sentry the mid lane, you start committing more heroes to this? But then again, you've got to keep the Terrorblade down, right? But he's still sitting at the second highest net worth at 5.5, 5.6k.
This is a pick your poison kind of situation. It's similar to game 1 where if you gank one, well, there are 2 other cores that are succeeding in life right now. And
here comes Ace, going after GH, can't get the stun off on him as he's just rolling boulders away.
Yeah. You notice, by the way, though, GH, like continuing on that theme, he pushes aggressively forward to guard Miracle at all times. Like, this is something that a lot of people don't notice about Liquid, is that GH, it goes beyond the saves and the kicks and everything. It's that he's always going to make the aggressive move forward to scout ahead for his Terrorblade, to pop smokes, pop these rotations, to make sure. That's why it feels as though Miracle's so difficult to gank. It's because he's got a layer of protection around him at all times. There's some kind of support that's going to tank these ganks for him that allow him to succeed. It doesn't just come down to, oh, Miracle in the game. It's that his supports consistently put him in this kind of position.
A Miracle, initiated on. He's, birds, they're not going to drop just yet. Not when Chen's right behind him. I also love YapzOr fighting back now with his own spiders. The supports are creating an army. Probably the best ability you can steal at the moment.
They're going to smoke up. They need to get something done on the map. They can 100% sense how far behind they are right now. It's already 9k. They know that they're not slowing down any of the 3 cores. This is a large issue, but they might just walk into Roshan and get quite a big pickup here.
Yeah, if they can. Change the neighborhood. Wave of Terror flies in, but Matubberman just walks over the hill, but they'll find Kuro. He's got double stuns available. Matubberman wants to come back into the fight. Puppey, in the midst of it all, gets kicked by GH. He does have a soul rip. There's so many units there, but it won't matter when VS is trapped inside the Dream Coil. Batrider at least gets some kind of rebuttal as Miracle as his streak being ended.
There's just zombies everywhere.
Yeah, and so many spiders. I think half of them belong to YapzOr. They fight forward, going towards GH. The spiders are really fighting back. They can go back in for Roshan. As Team Liquid, they actually lose a couple of heroes. Mind Control just orbs over the top.
That is so many spiders. I think they can actually do this with this.
They're trying to kill Roshan.
Radiant's middle tower.
This is how
You have Terrorblade back up. He's we've got a TP already on the way out. That puck damage, Fada on the back lines. He got silenced up, but it's not going to be enough. He still takes to the air, and these familiars, they're hunting the Brood Mother. They want to keep the chase stuns going. Meanwhile, a little bit further to the north, it's mid one in real trouble, surrounded by 3 heroes. He cannot get himself out of it. And now Liquid with 5 heroes want to battle around Roshan. Ace stands his ground against Matubberman. He takes the damage. He's fine for this one as well as they continue just to battle forward. Fada magnetized. The Soul Rip cannot keep him alive, and YapzOr got a stray rock to the back. He wants to move down, but he just doesn't have the movement for it. Now his team's secret with a couple of heroes on the sidelines. Firefly is going to come off cooldown. But I think it's too late to actually contest Roshan. Yeah. They're all leaving.
When they could contest, it was off the back of a very nicely placed tombstone from Puppey, and just the sheer amount of spiders that YapzOr had managed to build up. I don't think Liquid expected that at all. Miracle got surrounded. A lot of people's worst nightmares. now get the Roshan 8k gold lead. Secret, that was a semi-successful fight. Not quite what they were hoping for. They really wanted was the Roche themselves, but no way that Liquid was going to give that up, as they know that the ward is placed.
It gave more value to Ace, probably more than anything else. The fact that he was able to survive through all of that, like there's 2 kills to his name, he's now 3rd on the net worth board.
Ace still hits quite hard, but TP is on the other team this time around.
Yeah, that's the downside. And mid one feels like he's got no presence. He's actually got less net worth than the Rubik. And here comes the Broodlings. Mid one, perfect time to TP out. The kick! Oh, it's in a fraction of a second before the TP was going to complete.
Yeah, the timing on that was...
Oh boy.
Alright.
Yeah.
It's getting rough out here.
I think Mind Control's thinking about a jump on bottom. He wants to put that Blink Dagger and Dream Call to use. Here too, tower is gone. The bottom lane is the only remaining outer towers for Team Secret. They have to be able to hold the line. And it's not like they have the counter, which we saw being played before when we had, was it Liquid versus Optic, or Keeper of the Light, early blast points, just held back the wave.
The problem with this game for Secret is that in the last game, being able to hold high ground meant that they had the late game. They were able to hold the high ground and play that kind of style because they had the late.
But now it's late game versus Terrorblade.
Exactly, and that's why you're seeing them, in the last game they just held and they chilled. But in this game, you're seeing them go for these aggressive smokes because they realize, well, I don't think we win the late game either. And if we don't win the late game, and we're not winning this laning phase, well, what is our lineup meant to accomplish?
Yep. They have to try and fight. There's no other way around it. So Ace, he comes down the bottom lane. Yapsol's going to hold in the tree line. Undying also in the neighborhood. But Mind Control's not going to take this one. And if they do want to just hold this line, Matumba's happy, right? Like, he's farming the entire Dire jungle. Terrorblade's now up to level 11, just about to crack 10k worth of net worth, 16 minutes into the game. They need that instant control on Mind Control, but how do you do that? Like, even mid one, he's a projectile stun. Yapsol's the only one. So Mind Control will jump in, orbs into the tree lines, the familiars looking for him. They need the first stop, there it is, second stop, Magic Missile follow-up, Mind Control will drop. And the tier 1 tower will follow through, so that's it. I'll wait for Mind Control to be aggressive.
You need these little by little, this is how you're going to come back into this game. It's not going to be any big sweeping motions, it's going to be these mini pickoffs that hopefully lead into more. They were able to get a tower off that too.
It's a 900 gold swing and 1100 experience swing, so it works.
You don't need a lot of them.
Barda's got some information. Invis room, Broodmother's just sitting up on the roof, and Sentry Ward. There's your Firefly up. They need to get that lasso. And the Spiderlings as well want to try and come back down again. Ace got sniped out in the meantime, but that perfect Magic Missile, Broodmother goes down, but it's only for the Aegis of the Immortal.
You go high ground if you're Liquid?
Well, they just burned Tombstone, so it may be a good idea. They got a minute opportunity.
There's no Firefly either.
You have Fade Bolt and Illusionary Orb, so Yapsor can push that wave back by himself.
I think Liquid just runs in though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There's the Illusionary Orb, Fade Bolt. There's a couple of spiders to that as well.
Okay, they were like, okay, we have the same idea, Blitz, and then they immediately turned tail there.
It's like, this doesn't work. Also fun to watch Yapsor pick up a different item his burst, instead of like that straight up Blink initiation, going for a Yule Scepter on the Rubik.
Survive right now. I don't know, they need a lot of things to survive right now.
Ryder's working on a little bit to help the team. Like, poor Puppy can't really do much.
This is maybe the poorest I've seen mid. Personally, anyway. He's still got the mango because, well, I mean, why not? Like, when you're that far behind, and mango is a significant item in your inventory. Rough for you.
Smoke gank is on. Yapsol trying to use that 460 movement speed to get initiations.
Need to defend this bottom tower. They're hoping to catch somebody from Liquid unawares, but
they're already backing up, and I'm not certain if they did actually scout it out, but there was an observer ward which was catching just the very edge of one of the Team Secret players when they smoked.
They might find Mind Control here too if they can get the lift.
Yapsol's going to follow him with the Illusionary Orb, but Mind Control's going to Blink Dagger. We can't keep up with that. Even a double damage rune now for Terribly. She's leaving it there for a bit.
Merlini wants me to do that. It's illusory orb.
Ah! Ben, go back to retirement.
I remember he used to get so upset whenever he said illusionary.
Yeah. Shit happens. It's Orb, alright?
Okay, we'll accept that. The Lee Wu clan will accept.
Yeah, when are you gonna join your house?
Another time, Toby. A discussion to be had off stream. BKB almost complete though on this brood.
Aghanim is also approaching for Ace. I'm not certain if that's going to be like the biggest upgrade for him though.
Alright, well Chen just passed the bench. If you just flank this right now, you'd say, wow, mid one's playing mid Rubik?
No.
But no, that is in fact...
He's playing support. Like, we're actually going back to the old school days where Rubik was the mid laner.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like you just tuned in right now, you'd be... We are not used to mid one put position.
That point when mid one has to start sacrificing himself. And like, is that also when you think about the Shadowblade build? Like, if this is actually the way to go? Because he doesn't have enough damage, so you just turn him into like full utility and just give the power to Yapsor.
100%. He just goes for Shadowblade and looks for... It's one of the best items at increasing his damage for cost. And it allows you to get the burst off. Neon Miracle as got one component of it. Hard anyway. We're gonna go for a Lincoln so that he stops Yapsor's immediate lift, and he's gonna be the one sent to deal with these waves. Probably the most expendable out of everyone is Mind Control.
Oh my god, he just jumped straight in. If Yapsor can get the telekinesis grab, then Mind Control is dead, and there's the grab. Mind Control is dead, support's coming in. It's the double damage Terrorblade. Run, Ace, run! Your support is gone. I mean, your mid laner is gone. Poppy's turning around. They still have a fair amount to fight with. As Miracle, he's got Sunder and 17 one charges, and they want to keep fighting because top lane, but Tubberman was pushing mid one. And mid one cannot defend this by himself.
Fada though.
Yeah, he's staying around a very long way. He's got no maneuverability items apart from movement speed of drums.
Did it just tank up a little bit? I've seen Batriders do this. He doesn't want to just get into the center of everyone. And I think he's actually sort of correct, Toby. Because if you imagine in this game, if he jumps mid one, or Miracle, he'll just die immediately. The Brutal will four-shot him while he's doing so.
So instead, try and at least give some kind of aura to your team that will allow them to survive.
Yeah, exactly. You have another initiation in the form. At this point, mid one will gladly sacrifice his life if it means that his swap will lead to a kill for on Team Liquid.
And then later on, they can think about their jump initiating items. Team Secret, just full defense. At least they've stemmed the bleeding. The graph is starting to flatline a little bit more at around 12 to 13k advantage. So the Aghanims is up now for the Visage. Putting the three familiars to work. Dewarding, split pushing. Adding some pressure to Team Liquid. And I don't even think it's like to say like, hey, well, we're just going to take this late game by split pushing out. It's to buy space for moments like this. The four-man smoke up by Team Secret, and they got a fantastic target. Oh, no, the swamp range. He doesn't have it. You can see him start, and he just walked out of range.
He's so close to level 12 as well.
Oh,
that would have been the kind of kill that you get back into the game off of, because that would have led to the mid tower. You open up the map even more. These little moments that are not breaking Secret's way in this series.
Yeah, they really needed that. Even though the Manda style is on the Terrorblade, so he would have still been a very difficult target to kill. He would have been a lot easier than he is now. The BKB's coming out to Miracle.
Timing on that would have been perfect. Right before the BKB, they find him completely isolated alone.
It would have even slowed down the BKB by getting that kill and taken the tier 1 tower probably.
Now it's Liquid that go for the offensive smoke.
Yep. They know Roshan can spawn up sometime soon. Just 1 minute. Here comes the Broodmother. Right underneath them. The Tombstone is up, but Ace is the one that just gets obliterated in the mid lane. Puppy will follow up. That is a Dagon build over on the puck. And everyone is running home.
GH's blink.
You reach anyone though? Batrider is the one underneath the Observer Ward. So yeah, GH blink forward. Fada from charge. Wand is unfortunately for him sitting inside of his backpack, so he cannot use the charges. He switched it out so he can end up having the TP scroll instead. Matomban just BKBs and walks out. Going in very, very deep. It was the dream call of Rubik, which he actually snapped too. A little bit too deep there for Team Liquid.
Yeah, some of the buybacks, especially by Ace. This is going to force Liquid, without any BKBs, go in full retreat mode as mid one finally finishes up that Shadow Blade that he for and Matama Man parked inside that Roshan pit. Next major
5 seconds to Roche.
last game.
They smoked up and they were just out of range of the Observer Ward. So Chen, where's this swap? 3 seconds is still on cooldown. They get stunned up on the way through as the Kuro army. The kick comes forward from GH, only connecting onto Ace. Roshan has just spawned up. Familiars need to do some work. Team Liquid, they smoke on their side of the river. That was very visible to Team Secret.
I don't think they were trying to hide that, Toby.
No, they really weren't.
Radiant's bottom tower
Crimson
is
Guard,
under
though,
attack.
completed on the Spat Rider. It's going to be very nice to play against both the Brute and the Terror Blade, but initiation is going to be the key here as mid one. He's going to walk in, see what he can get as one single Spiderling is going to scout out everything as Secret. This feels desperate.
They're starting. Team Liquid are just outside the door. Terrorblade will send an illusion. It's like they're trying to force the fight and then go onto a target. But the Chen army, the Spires, is too easy to scout. Roshan low, 1/3 of his life. They've still got issues with all these bloody Broodlings. The Fave Bolt will get rid of it.
Neither team willing to give this up. They know that this could potentially be the game.
There it is, but Miracle! He got his BKB off in time, plus the Mana Style. So much damage incoming. Mid one will fall. The Bat Rider will follow directly after, and so will Ace. 3 huge heroes, 4 heroes for Secret gone. Yapsor, the sole survivor, to TP home. Team Liquid, that may have just sealed the deal.
That was a beautiful fight as Miracle. All he had to do was press BKB, hit Reflection. He's in the middle of 5 different heroes, Toby. They have no form of control available for him that will allow them to bring him down. So much damage on the side of Liquid. Very well executed draft. 22k up as they will start marching down. Ace has no buyback. Secret are now facing the inevitable tide of Liquid.
Yep. They're going to get washed away at this rate. Yapsor, he's looking, but there's not much he can do. He's got a Ghost Scepter for protection, plus the Yule Scepter. Poppy's looking at it too. Don't worry, you got a core alive. You got the Vengeful Spirit up and kicking, but your mid-racks down for the count. Team Liquid will rotate up towards the top. Bat Rider is also alive. Drum charge to burn. They don't have the Visage up just yet. Quick fortification, just trying to stall up some time. Metamorphosis has still got another 1/3 duration. GH! So good! The 3-man blink to kick, and that is most definitely the game. Team Secret have nothing more to fight with. Mid one can sit there invisible, but he's merely a scout just watching death. Even if they want to initiate in, Miracle still got Sunder. The tier 1 and tier 2 towers, the only thing that's slowing him down. Okay, no, it's not. They're just going to go straight in for the tier 4 towers, end this, and force the call out of Team Secret. Liquid want to advance, and they will advance, taking out Team Secret in a 2-1 matchup. They will get the semi-final match against VG Gaming, and also the appearance on the main stage here in Katowice.
Very good series, very nifty drafting by Kuro. Very well done by them overall. All 3 lanes felt like shutouts here as they embrace. They are very satisfied with their win. They finally managed to escape Secret Shadow.